finish whatever left over.
And you roll
There.
That guy who came out. All he wants to do is get drunk and fight. But I punched him in the mirror and I broke his hand.
Ted went to take the last sip out of the Crown Royal bottle, and Matt said, "Don't be that guy." And Ted said, "Yeah, I don't want to be that guy anymore."
Yeah, that bottle's been sitting there, what we thought was empty, for about a month.
Yeah.
But I guess it's just age then, right?
Yeah, I don't think it goes bad. I don't think it's like eggs.
Yeah.
Or
But
anything.
honestly,
It's
if you did drink that last little bit,
that's fine.
we would have this show would be an intervention show.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
No,
afraid
it would
of, yeah.
definitely be
That would be the that's the hair that break. That's the straw.
There's a fine line between being a social drinker and having a problem.
Yeah. And he starts licking the
I
cap.
don't cross that line.
And then he's hitting the bottom of the bottle. Yeah. Then that's it.
Matt, is there a way to cut this glass open so I can lick the inside of the bottle?
Can I ask you a question? How do they put those boats in the bottle? And do they lick the bottle clean before they do that? I mean, because it would smell like Crown Royal if you put a boat in there. And then it'd be a Crown Royal boat.
Oh, real quick, can I tell you about a road rage incident I experienced on the way home today, or on the way here today? I mean, I wasn't part of it.
What did
yet.
you do?
No, I didn't do anything. Here's the thing. So I'm in the left lane.
He caused it.
No, I'm in the left lane on 294, and apparently I wasn't going fast enough for the psycho behind me.
He caused it.
And then but the funny thing, I couldn't move over because there was cars in the middle lane. So I mean, I'm going like almost 80 miles an hour, which apparently isn't fast enough for this guy. So of course he's like right on me. I can't do anything, So basically he finally the window lane clears. I know what he's going to do, because you could just kind of tell. He shoots him past me, and then he cut me off. He got like right. It just he had to prove a point, to teach me a lesson.
He's on a motorcycle?
No, he's in a like a black
you
sedan.
could just kill him.
No, but the funny thing, like he just missed like hitting me. I mean, I would have like rear-ended him.
Well, you wanted to prove a point.
Well, he did, But so the funny thing, so not only does he get in front, but then he like slams his brakes. So I just slow down. I just slow way down because this guy's obviously very angry at the world. He's life hasn't treated him well. And then I do the old golf clap. He sees me. So I do it like in front of him just to kind of taunt him.
Wait, you said this didn't involve you. It was a road rage incident.
Well, it was on his part, not my part. He's the one raging. I'm not raging.
Okay, so
I'm not raging.
So Teddy, I'm going to do a couple of things.
Yeah.
Even if you're going 80, if somebody wants to go 120,
But I couldn't move over because I couldn't physically move over. He had to wait. He had to wait like exactly 3 seconds to pass me.
okay,
Yeah.
as long as you couldn't move over.
And here's the funny thing. So of course he gets in front of me. He slams the brakes. Of course, you proved your point. Lesson learned. I slow down.
Did you do the golf clap?
I did the golf clap, so he's just right so he could see it. And then of course he sticks his finger out. He gives me the old middle finger out the window, and then he guns it. And then the awesome thing, there's heavy traffic right by Golf Road, so he's stuck. So we're all in the same spot. So he literally gained nothing. He gained nothing. So yeah.
I do have to admit, I do like that.
Yeah. I like when karma hits people who deserve it,
And
so.
and now in that vein where Ted's not involved, but he was involved.
Yeah.
5 days. Just so you know, on the 5th day, when you go on vacation with Ted, on the 5th day, you lose your fucking mind.
So the funny thing is, I'm thinking about this guy. Like, how miserable is your? Here's the thing. Here's what I would say.
We're past
to the guy.
that.
But here's what I would say.
We're past that.
Here's what I would say to the guy. I would say, whatever bad life decisions you made in life, where your life is so miserable, I didn't make them for you, brother. You did. Assuming it was a guy.
Why does
could have
it
been a chick.
always have to be some deep, long-standing thing with you?
What are you talking about?
It can't just be a guy in a bad mood having a bad day. It's always
Could
something
be.
that stems from a childhood incident, like whatever this guy had. I'm sorry. I mean,
But
you go
usually-
way
but-
back.
but
No,
usually
it's not
it's- usually it's
No,
usually it's
not.
cumulative.
No,
It's
usually
cumulative,
it's
yeah.
not.
Why does his mother hate him so much?
Usually
That's
it's
what I
not
wanna-
cumulative.
Yeah.
Usually when people fly off the handle, it's
Yeah.
unexpected and it's random and it's just because they're having a bad day.
Yeah.
Not everything is like Michael Douglas in
Falling down.
Falling down. But that's what you think.
You do. You
All
do.
the time. Everything
I do
you
make
equate
that.
to falling down.
I do make that assumption.
I told you a story about the guy who said that he drove like a lunatic, like a maniac.
Yeah.
Because he was his nephew
Right.
literally was dying.
Sure.
And he said he drove like a maniac. He said he was insane. He went through red lights. He did everything.
well,
and he
yeah.
said, listen, you got to remember that not everyone has deep-seated mental issues when they drive like a lunatic.
Yeah.
They might have something that if they're not there, someone dies.
Yeah, of
and,
course.
and you have to accept that. And,
Right.
and of course, there are jagoffs.
But in this case, that's not the case because
you knew you knew everybody in his family was okay.
No,
He had
because
a bumper sticker.
No, because you know what? If it was a life and death situation, what he would have done is he would have just got around me and just been gone. But he wanted to teach me a lesson. He wanted to prove a point. Like obviously, like somehow he's going to teach
Maybe
me
he
a
was
lesson.
doing two things.
Oh, he's multitasking. He's multitasking.
I have to admit, Teddy, you're driving around in a Honda Fit in the fast lane. Automatically, you've made a mistake.
I've triggered a lot of people.
Yeah,
If I
you made
see-
it terrible.
if I-
If I see a Prius there, I'm already angry.
If I see Ted in the hammer lane, I'm pissed. If you're in the hammer lane, Ted, I'm going to be angry.
Yeah. I tried to get out of his way, but apparently it wasn't fast enough. I guess going 80.
Okay.
80 is the new 30. 80 is the new 55.
Can we get back to vacation?
Yes, you may.
5 days. 5 days.
Yeah,
that's when you lose your fucking mind. When you're playing golf with Ted.
You're Saint Matt now.
Yeah,
Saint Matthew.
You're playing golf with Ted. He's done nothing but hit the ball terribly with no anything, and I lost it.
Yeah,
I completely lost it. George had to calm me down. Yeah, it was, and I'm screaming at Ted at the top of my lungs, and he keeps doing this. He's doing the same thing over and over again, so he's not doing anything to change. But then he does this. I'm sorry. I said, shut up, and it just makes you more angry. I'm like, shut the fuck up. I'm going to kill you.
You actually hit the ball pretty well, so it didn't seem to affect your game.
I was seething, Ted.
Oh, okay.
Ted, I was trying to figure out if during a perfectly fine summer hot day in Arizona, if you could get struck by lightning.
It happens.
Mark, I prayed for it.
Yeah.
Well, that.
Two seats. I would have had 2 seats on the way home. All right. I'm going to hand you guys something. I want you to take a look at this, and you are going to blow your mind. I'll post a picture of this, but it's going to blow your mind. Be careful with it, please.
Be careful. It looks important, so I don't want to get any leverage.
Okay, so I'm going to ruin it before it gets to Mark.
That's fine.
I just handed Ted a diploma from my great-grandfather from his 8th grade graduation that is over 100 years old.
Wow.
It is signed 1903.
Yeah, I see it. My grandmother was born in 1905.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow. That's crazy.
Is that nuts?
8th grade, yeah, that's pretty cool.
Ted just ruined it by touching it.
Yeah.
You gonna have that laminated or?
No, I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I don't know what to do with it. It's
put it in lucite.
But to what end? It's just an old piece of paper.
We'll scan it so you can keep it for posterity's sake.
For what purpose?
Nostalgia.
I'm just not. See, you know what the thing is? I don't have any nostalgia.
Yeah. Why is it here then?
We found it.
Okay,
so as we're kind of going through stuff and kind of cleaning things out and everything,
of course.
right? Cheryl found it, and I just don't know what to do with it because it really doesn't. It's just super old. It's 120 years old.
It doesn't look that old.
This is
my great-grandfather.
On your mother's side, right?
Yeah, my mom's side.
8th grade graduation.
8th grade graduation.
That's cool.
1903.
What if it's like Angels and Demons? What if there's like a secret treasure map in the back with a hologram you just can't see?
I rubbed every bodily fluid I could all over it. Yeah, and
just spray luminol.
So is this
no, that's the only thing I didn't put on there.
Is this CPS? This school's closed.
Yeah, Chicago Public Schools.
Gothy?
Yeah, it's like
I think Goth is still open.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, no, it's like Top Grill. It's if that place can't stay open for 20 years, I'm assuming the school can't stay open for 100.
I think that school
plus years.
still exists.
When did
you know what's crazy? June 26, 1903. Remember, we used to stay in school till almost the end of June.
Oh yeah.
CPS,
we stayed in school forever.
Yeah, we started after Labor Day. This goes back over 100 years now.
Don't forget the Titanic sank in 1912. World War II was like 1915. That's pretty crazy.
I don't understand what I should. You can just leave it over there. Put it on.
Was he in World War II? Because I mean, he's about the age where he's almost draft age. Like if he's
pretty sure
8th grade.
I'm pretty sure everybody, almost everybody in my family.
He would have been way too old.
No, he's 12, 13.
1912.
Yeah, and then the
this is 1903. World War II was in 19.
Oh, World War I.
World War I.
Oh, I thought you said
no,
two.
World War
No,
I.
he might have said World War II.
No, World War I.
I know you meant World War I. Yeah. Is that's nuts, right?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
I just it freaked me out. All right, Teddy, you actually did something something you haven't done in 6-7 years this weekend.
Yes.
What'd you do?
I won a bowling tournament. Yeah. It's been a long time.
And then so what was it? It was just kids up to 12. And
then
you got
there's
in there
bumpers
somehow.
and there's like the dragon slide where you put the ball there and you just have to slide it down the ramp. So.
And did you have to beat up any kids or did you just straight up win? Did you have to intimidate?
Well, I might have pushed that ball really hard down the ramp.
No, that's pretty cool. How many people in the tournament?
I didn't see because there was 2 squads. I only bowled the last squad, but I'm going to say based on the squad I was in, I think there was like 16 people. So I'm going to say maybe 30, 32 people total.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, with handicap. And it was a 9-pin no tap, by the way, which means that if you throw in 9 pins, it counts as a strike. So the scores are obviously a little bit higher than like a regular tournament. So you don't have to shoot the spare, obviously. So you knock down 9 pins, it resets, and it counts as a strike. And the good thing is it doesn't affect your average because it's obviously pretend, but it's still worth money. So.
Ted, everything I do is pretend.
Exactly.
Every single thing I do
Exactly.
in my life is pretend.
I know it paid out $800 cash, but what was the entry fee?
The entry fee, I think it was like $70, and then I got in some side pots for about $50. So I probably spent about $120. But don't forget, I've been bowling these tournaments off and on for the last few years and haven't won really anything. So they're really paying me with my money. So the funny thing, the one option they gave me, they said, "Do you want a?" They offered me like a new bowling shirt. You look with my name on it.
Instead of $800.
No. You got
it was a really nice. In his defense, it was a really nice.
No,
shirt.
you got the cash, you got the first place money, but then I guess there was separate money. But they said you can have the shirt, or we'll pay you they didn't say how much, but we'll pay you cash instead. But I decided to take the shirt because the money would be gone, but the shirt at least remind me.
So wait, you have a bowling shirt?
Well, I didn't get it yet. I just gave them I just told them what shirt I wanted. They showed me like a catalog with different color shirts, and I said I'll take this shirt at this size with just my name on it.
I am begging you.
I'll wear it every day.
The next show, whatever day that is, I want you to debut that on the show, please.
Or I'm just going to leave it here. You could just hang it on the wall. You can just hang it on the wall.
Do you see how this happens? You ask him to do one thing, and then he wants to give you something you don't want. I have 2 golf clubs in my basement. For what, 3 months?
They were for Mark.
Because Ted brought him over. Ted brought him over and said, "Here, they're right-handed clubs because you're lefty." And he goes, "Here, you can just have them." And I'm like, "I don't want them."
What clubs are they? What are they, Ted? I forgot.
I think one's an 8-iron and a pitching wedge, but they're old,
from 40 years ago.
Yeah, it's from But the brand new grips though, brand new grips. So
you're killing me. You are absolutely killing me. Okay, before we get started, I got to share this because I thought it was kind of funny. What's today? Tuesday. I think Friday night, I get a call. Jack gets a phone call, comes downstairs. Puts it on speakerphone. He goes, "Savannah's on speakerphone with Andy." And I'm just like,
your daughter,
my daughter and her husband, yeah. And I was like, "Oh my God," right? She goes, "I'm going to get Mom." And I was like, "Oh fuck, what's going on?" Yeah. Right. Here's the dilemma that they had, and the fact that we spent even 1 minute talking about it, much less 25 minutes. They're putting together a new kitchen. Okay. In their kitchen, the gap between cabinets, like the little walkthrough area, right, is 40 inches right now, okay? And for Savannah, she seemed 40 inches, the gap on each side to walk through was fine. Andy wanted 44, okay? They wanted a 4-inch difference. He wanted it 4 inches bigger. She wanted it to be 40. She was fine with the 40. He wanted 44. We talked.
42.
Thank you, Ted. Thank you, Ted. See, Ted solved that problem in 1 second.
You're talking about the entryway from 2 different rooms into the kitchen?
No, it's like there's cabinets up against the wall, like a solid wall, and then there's an island. And the island is 40 inches away.
I'm going to tell you right now, when we redid our kitchen 22 years ago, 21 years ago, we had the same conversation and dilemma.
Did you have to call your folks?
No, I didn't call anybody. But we had this. I mean, the wider the better. You're going to have to get a refrigerator in there sometimes. You might have to get furniture up there.
No. There's no room, no worries about that. Everything is it's very wide open. They ripped out walls. There's nothing has to go down there except people. Nothing at all. So there was no issue about getting anything in there or anything like that. But yeah, 25 minutes before I finally said, "Why don't you split the difference?" Yeah, why don't you split the difference?
So wait, there's 6-minute abs. And there's 4-minute abs. How about just 5-minute abs? Problem solved.
It was the funniest conversation ever.
And what did they agree on?
Splitting the difference.
So 42 inches?
42 inches.
Okay. Well, we solved that in 15 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I solved it right away. I said, "Why don't you split the difference?" But and then just constant. And then everybody's involved. Well, Jack's not. Yeah. Cheryl's talking. Savannah's talking. I can hear Andy in the background. And of course, I'm just making fun of the whole process because I'm just like, what do you care? I go, 44, 42. I go, do you realize how small 2 inches is? I go, do you honestly realize how small 2 inches is?
Talking about 4 inches, though. I mean, that's a big. I mean,
it depends where the 4 inches are. That's another topic, though. So
Ted, 4 inches of thunder. That was Ted's nickname when he was in the Army.
You have to look at it from their standpoint. They're newlyweds. New house, they're redoing this.
No, I get it.
And this is permanent. When you create that space, it's permanent. You got to live with that because you can't like right now. We have people over on Sunday, and we have a really large island and a countertop that connects to one side of the wall. Then there's a walkway between it and like a sit down area in the kitchen. So if someone's standing at that countertop, you've got to squeeze by them to get to the other side.
Annoying. Well, and that's kind of what I said. I said a little bit more room. Never hurt.
No.
All right, let's do this. This is the Real Three Idiots podcast, and happy National Equal Pay Day. Yeah, Equal Pay Day. I guess for men and women.
I would assume so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. If you enjoyed this episode, if you learned something today, please consider following the show, subscribing to your favorite podcast platform, or leaving a 6-star review. This helps the podcast more than I can say. This allows us to reach more and more people, and that would mean the world to us. Visit our website at voteforted.com. That's FORE, like if Ted is standing anywhere near you and he's going to hit. That's what he yells afterwards. Or just Google the Real Three Idiots podcast. Oh, man. I love, you know what? I actually feel like sometimes when I do that, I actually feel like I'm important. Okay. I do want to mention this. We've all heard the news about Pete Hegseth sending war plans.
No, actually, I'll clarify that. It wasn't Pete Hegseth. It was the National Security Advisor, not whoever his name is in the White House. So
Yeah,
what
right.
he did was...
We know it's not him.
Oh, there it is. It's
Whoa.
back.
Okay. If you see if
That's a long gap. It's like 40 seconds.
oh, cool.
More
Okay.
than that.
All right.
Well, if you see something, say something. Good job.
All right. We had a little malfunction. I have no idea.
Technical
what.
difficulty.
Yeah.
We're back on.
So
yeah.
back. Oh, good. Hopefully it ignored everything that you said.
Sure.
That
Okay.
would be good.
Yeah, yeah. But just to make a point here, allegedly, Pete Hegseth sent war plans to a reporter. The reporter said that he got them from him. Whatever the story that the government tells you is probably not true. Security advisor. The last thing I heard was it wasn't the security advisor's fault either. It was one of his minions who accidentally put the number onto his phone. Don't interrupt me. Okay? All I want to say is this. Why can't Pete Hegseth just send dick pics like everybody else? Why does he have to send war plans? Don't send war plans to a reporter or anybody else. Just do what everyone else did and just send dick pics.
Oh, I thought you were going to say don't bring war plans to a gunfight.
No, and first of all, do you actually send war plans on your phone?
I don't know what a war plan is in this country.
And
right
why
now.
are we? Who are we going to be at war with?
Well, Trump said we're at war. He literally said that, came out of his mouth when he introduced the Foreign Alien Act or whatever that is, where you send people that you're at people from a country that you're at war with, when you send them back or you get rid of them.
What?
The Alien Act that he just enacted.
He signed so many pieces of fucking paper. It doesn't
Well, you're putting like people from South America on planes and shipping them back.
like to cool places because if they're going to like Dominican Republic or like Costa Rica,
No, they're going to El Salvadorian prisons.
Yes, they're
very,
sending El
very,
Salvador.
very
Then I'm
uncool,
out.
very uncool places.
But it's
Guantanamo Bay.
some sort of act that makes it legal to do that,
Yeah.
and it's only been done during times of war. And he said, "Well, we are at war." He said, "America's at war."
It was an act from like in the 1700s that he's invoking. Yeah.
come on.
It's like I
But
think
Shouldn't we go back? Seriously, shouldn't we go back a little bit?
But the President of the United States said, "We are at war. This is a war. We are at war." And the next question is, or who are we at war with? Because the United States is not at war with anybody right now.
MS-13.
What's an
Trying to-
MS-13?
We're not at,
trying to-
we have not
to Agra.
declared war. We're not at war.
Can you
There's
go
no
to war
going.
with a gang?
No, there is no
I
war
don't think
right
you can
now.
declare war against
Well,
a
you
gang.
you can declare them a terrorist organization. You can
You're
definitely
getting
do
off
that,
topic,
and
though.
then
That
treat
has
them,
nothing to do
and
with
then
That's
treat
not
them accordingly.
war, though.
No, but I mean it's similar. I mean,
So
you treat them
hold
differently.
on. So if we're at war with MS-13, the gang, are we going to start deporting people to their headquarters? Like I don't understand. I don't. You know what? I don't understand it, so it doesn't make any sense to me. But that's okay. It doesn't have to make sense to me. I just want people to be a little bit smarter with what they're doing with their phones. Okay. I just remember back in the day, it was just dick pics. That's all it was. That's all anybody had to worry about.
So if you don't mind if I just clarify real quick, I'll get off the topic. So what happened was not Pete Hegseth, but the National Security
No.
Advisor, I think his name's Klein.
No.
He accidentally included a reporter email
No.
in that thread with all the higher ups in the White House and the reporter from whatever, I think it was called The Atlantic. So basically, he's part of the thread now. It's like if you emailed somebody but accidentally typed in the wrong email address. And
So if I got a bunch of dudes and I said, here's some pictures of, like, I can picture this, right? A guy about 25, he's got a bunch of dudes and he's got some pictures his girlfriend sent him. He goes, I got some pictures of my naked girlfriend, and then he includes his girlfriend in on that, and then sends the pictures.
Or I'll make this simple for you since you're simple-minded. So picture this: you were going to go on a golf outing, but you don't want to include this guy, and you accidentally include him in the thread, saying we don't want
Ted,
this
how do
guy
you
to
think
play.
you ended up going golfing with me?
I knew it. I knew that was you. I really don't want Bob Jones to go on this trip, and then Bob Jones is in the email. So it defeats the purpose. Yes.
All right, we got to get to your tip. I don't know, man. I just at some point, things are so stupid, and you just think, you know, here's what I always think. I always think that, like, my doctor and my dentist and my lawyer and all that stuff are just smarter than me. I just think that because they've done things. They have a job that's more important than my job.
They're learned doctors.
Yeah, and then when I see people aren't, and they have jobs that I'm like, oh, I could never do that. I'm not smart enough. And then I realize I could do that because I'm smarter than that person. Yeah. It just kind of scares me.
Well, like I had a bad day. He's going to have to resign. Obviously, that's a big one. So
yeah, resign. Yeah. Can we send him to El Salvador?
Or
maybe he could join a gang. All right, we got to do Teddy's tips. Mark, do you mind if I do our sponsor first?
Go ahead.
You're working on it. Okay. Ted's Tips is brought to you by the folks at Weekly Phone Calls. Do you have a loved one that you call every week to check in, but hate getting stuck talking about the weather, politics, or what the dog ate, or the weird guy next door who is for sure killing Asian hookers and burying them in his backyard? Let the folks at Weekly Phone Calls make that call for you. Our crew of talented voice actors will perfectly impersonate your voice and ask all the questions, listen to every answer, and make it seem like you loved every minute of it. Your loved ones will never know the difference. They will send you a short summary of what you talked about, and you can look at it or just throw it away. And if you want to make your brother or sister or cousin look bad, they can even call twice a week and make it look like you care more than they do. Let the folks at Weekly Phone Calls take the hassle out of calling your loved ones. That is fucking genius, by the way.
Sweet.
Absolutely fucking genius. All right, Mark, regale us with your dulcet tones.
Can you read his lips as Teddy does his tips about nothing and everything all at once? Ted is one of those poor assuming fools, a tipper on the show. I kind of doubt it. Sometimes he gives our peeps the creeps. Most times his mind plays tricks on him. His lips keep adding up. Always start cracking up. Am I just paranoid or is Teddy stoned? Dun, dun, dun.
that was good. That was good.
Thank you.
That was a good one.
Wait, Ted, you're not stoned, right?
Not yet.
Okay, just want to make sure. No, I just want to make sure.
Soon.
Yeah.
Soon.
What does that mean? Like it's going to kick in soon, or like after the show?
Depends what my tolerance level is on this show.
Were you high at the bar on Sunday when Matt was trying to tell a story?
No, but I should have been.
Or when he constantly?
How could you not? How is that normal behavior that you're not under the influence?
Well, you just said under the influence. You didn't say high. There's high and there's under the influence. There's two different things.
Well,
I don't remember what story you were trying. What long-winded story were you trying to tell this time?
it wasn't. It was a story about George on the golf trip.
Oh.
About how he was inebriated on the
Yeah.
course.
I remember
and-
that story.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, because he couldn't. I mean,
couldn't
I know
tell.
that you remember because you were there, but Matt was telling the story, and he couldn't get a word out without you jumping in and finishing his sentences and telling the story.
I recall he told the story just fine.
Yeah, you were marking me the entire time.
That's your recollection.
Mocking you or
Marking me.
Marking me?
Yeah, you know how like when Mark tries to talk and then
Oh, I
you
mark
just
you.
when we're
You
doing
mark-
the show
you mark
and you
him.
just and you just hammer over him or immediately repeat everything he says and make
I'm
it
getting-
sound
I'm
like you
getting
just
better.
invented it.
I'm getting better.
No, you're getting worse
No, you
because
regress.
you did that to
You're
me.
doing it to him now.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
getting better at not doing it to me, but now you're doing it to him.
Yeah.
So it's like The Grudge. It's like it's following you to a new location. It's like a ghost that.
If you knew how close you were to death on that golf trip, you probably wouldn't have done that. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm serious.
My golf game died on that trip. Hopefully it'll come back
Ted.
sometime.
Ted,
Oh,
your golf game was in hospice. Your golf game has been in hospice for months.
It was rough out there.
I went online and looked up your scores, Ted.
You don't have to repeat them. I know they're
But
both.
you only
120,
118 and 116, I think. And you only posted 2 scores. How many did you post, Matt?
I think I posted 4 or 5.
Okay.
I think I posted 4.
You know, it was so bad. Even if I had posted those scores, my handicap could really get. Here's the bottom line: I need to play better to basically thwart both you guys at some point during the season. So you're winning. Congratulations. Keep up the good work.
Ted, the only way you're going to ever beat me is that you're going to. I mean, when you're at 22 strokes, you're going to get to 26 or 27, and I'm going to have a bad day.
What scores did you post, Matt?
I don't remember. I think all 88.
He was in the
That's all I
80s.
ever
He
shot.
was in the 80s. Yeah.
so.
Everything was an
pretty good.
88.
That was good.
Everything.
Yeah.
I putted terrible. I was terrible.
Yeah, he struck the ball.
Can we get to Ted's tip, please?
Yes, you may.
Yeah, we had a great song, and you've got something. You got to help this person, Ted. I need. Oh, I'm sorry, Ted. Are you ready?
Oh yes.
Okay. Well, the one time you say no, then you're out off the show. Just so you know, I'm that angry right now. Ted, I need some help. I'm thinking about getting a motorcycle, moped, or one of those 3-wheel things to get around the city. I live and work in Chicago, and there's never anywhere to park, and it's a pain in the butt to get around. My dad taught me how to ride when I was in high school. Do you think it's a turnoff to men to see a woman riding a motorcycle? I guess there's multiple things you got to do here. I'm not going to get a Harley or anything like that. I just don't want people thinking I'm some tough girl. Victoria, 27, Chicago, Illinois. She's a native. I love it. You guys should do a spot about a fun place to visit in different cities, something off the beaten path. It would be interesting. I like that concept.
Go to Zips in Phoenix.
I do.
If you're ever there.
I do like Zips. All right, Teddy, help Victoria. Number 1, she's thinking about getting a motorcycle, a moped, or a 3. Oh, that's a Can-Am thing.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
Can-Am
one of those
three-wheeler. Yeah.
spiders.
And would it be a turnoff to guys if she was riding? Do it.
Yeah, hey Victoria, shout out to you. Hey, number 1, you're a 27-year-old woman in the prime of your life, so you're not going to be a turnoff to anybody. Okay, that's number 1. Number 2, here's an old expression. I can't remember the exact way it's phrased, but when you're young, you worry about what everybody thinks of you, and then when you're an old woman, you realize that nobody was ever thinking of you to begin with. So that's one piece of advice there. So don't worry about what other people think of you. And I guess the only people who would be turned off by you riding a motorcycle are the beta males that you don't want anyway. You'll just attract the alpha males because actually women riding motorcycles or any type of 2 or 3 wheelers is pretty hot in my opinion.
Unless they're tricycles, Ted. Yeah, let's not get there.
Yeah,
let's not go there.
Yeah, well, so on one note, I mean, I understand you live in the city where parking is at a premium. So maybe, what about depending how far your commute is, maybe like a motorized scooter or an e-bike, it might be a better option. But I guess if you had to get motorcycle, yeah, I'd probably go moped, or I think the Can-Am Spyder is actually pretty big. It's actually pretty big. It's kind of still hard to park.
I don't know if that would be a space saver.
It's not a space saver.
Parking.
No,
wise.
it's not a space. The only thing that would be a space saver is like a moped. Not
a motorcycle and a moped would be.
Yeah, I would say
probably park them in a lot.
Yeah.
Can you park a motorcycle by the? Because if you got to lock it up, can you park it by where they put the bikes and those?
Motorcycle?
I don't think so.
No, like a smaller motorcycle. I mean,
a moped.
Okay, let's assume she's a regular sized person. She's not going to get a big thing. I mean, don't you have to lock a motorcycle?
No.
No, you don't put like a chain on it.
No, but a moped you
I
would.
know nothing about motorcycles.
Yeah, so
Thank you.
the only thing that would save space downtown, I'm trying to visualize it, would be like a moped or like a sprinter, something that goes about no more than 35, 40 miles an hour. But that'll get you around.
Can you even go 40 miles an hour?
Some of them get some of them get to around 50.
No, but I mean, is there space? If you're driving around the city,
yeah.
I mean, how fast do you actually go?
I've never, actually, I haven't been downtown in a while. I don't think I've seen. I mean, I'm sure there's street legal. I just think you can't take them on the highway. I know, like a moped, you can't take it on the highway. So if it's like not a motorcycle but a moped, yeah. So, but in the city, it's probably a lot of stop and go traffic anyway. Yeah. So I would get a moped. Don't worry about what other people think of you. And the ones who frown upon it are the people you wouldn't want to hang out with anyway. So don't worry about it. Yeah, get the moped, but just be careful because they call people who own motorcycles. That's why they call them organ donors. So just be careful out there. So
I think
because they're generous.
I would at this point in my life, I would not drive a moped or a motorcycle.
I wouldn't get on a motorcycle
from here to downtown.
No, she's 27.
But she lives downtown, and it says she lives downtown.
No,
and
she didn't say she lives downtown.
Oh, she doesn't. Okay,
she says she lives and works in the city.
In the city, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah. So
I live and work in the city.
So let's assume, like I said, let's assume the city is downtown Chicago. But yeah, but you're right. If she lived like around here and had to commute 11 miles to downtown, I would recommend against getting a motorcycle and just get whatever parking you need. But if you're already down there, like say you have a condo or you're renting an apartment, like say in Marina Towers or something.
But if it was nice weather,
I don't think she's talking about downtown because there is no street parking downtown for the most part. You park in parking garages.
Yeah, you still have to pay for a parking garage.
She's having a parking issue, so I'm assuming she works maybe like in Wicker Park or in
probably
Lincoln
it.
Park.
That makes sense.
Around Wrigley Field.
Around Wrigleyville, where parking
Heavily-
is a huge premium.
Yeah.
There are no parking garages. It's all street parking. It's all taken. It's all permit parking, that sort of thing. Public transportation is probably the number one thing in this going for us in the city of Chicago. Am I right?
Yeah.
It's
but
the
then
only
you got to
thing
be
going for us
around.
here.
I got to be 100% honest with you at this point. And I guess maybe when I was 27, man, I don't want to sit next to a motherfucker at all.
Yeah,
I don't
but
want to get on a bus. I don't want to get on a train.
here's the thing.
I would
You
not
could
want to
just
drive every day from here to like Lincoln Park or something.
Yeah.
Dude,
on a moped, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could do wheelies,
Yeah.
jumps.
Depending how close she is,
skid outs.
yeah, depending how close she is, where she even get like
I'm
a
a
really
child.
like a heavy duty scooter that folds up, or where she could actually ideally you take the scooter that folds up, you put it in a backpack, you actually bring it in the office
What?
with you, depending how far her commute
Yeah,
is.
I know somebody has one. Of those.
Yeah, I've seen those scooters.
A
They're pretty,
motorized scooter you can fold
yeah,
up.
you
they're
fold
pretty, they're
up,
pretty
yeah.
fast, and they're pretty fast too. And yeah, obviously you're just using it for nicer weather, but I think that's almost your best option because like a moped, you still have to find
Do
parking.
you ride that on the sidewalk?
No, you're not supposed
Like
to.
you can ride in like almost like the bike lane, I think. But I've seen people like even where I work, I've actually seen people come to work with that motorized scooter. They got the helmet on, and and obviously they bring it inside with them. So that would solve her parking problem, definitely. But Can-Am Spider too big, motorcycle too big because it's like they treat it like a car. So unless you get like a small moped. But then, depending how far she is, if she just gets like a rechargeable, like heavy duty scooter, she's almost better off with that, like a e-scooter or
They
bike.
got those electric bikes.
Yeah, those
I had one
electric
for a while.
bikes. Yeah,
I wish we live in this. I'm born and raised in the city. You guys are too. I wish she was more specific on exactly to and from. 'Cause
Oh,
then
how far she's got to go?
Well, to and from, and like exact location, like what neighbor, like where are you going?
Well, let's
'Cause
assume
that makes a big difference.
Yeah, so let's assume. I mean, what's like a distance that just becomes just a little not walkable? So, like, we say 3 miles, right? So let's just say she's
I'm not
with
walking to work. There's no fucking way I'm walking to work 3 miles.
Say it's 3 to 5 miles. That's probably perfect for an e-bike or scooter in the summertime when it's nice. And honestly, in the wintertime, instead of paying for parking, I would just Uber or Lyft.
But
if
you know
possible.
how 5 miles, 3 to 5 miles does not seem like a far distance. But when you're talking, here, look at Wrigley Field is what 7 miles from here.
That's it. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I mean, it's
1060 West Addis.
but it seems like it's a million miles away,
For sure.
right?
Yeah,
Because
for
you got to
sure.
think about how you got to get there.
Yeah.
I mean, it could take you an hour to get down there.
Yeah.
And it's no joke.
But let's just say you had an e-scooter and you're going 15 miles
Yeah,
an
but
hour.
you're not going to cut through. You're not going to.
Wrigley Field is 9 miles away.
Yeah, what did I say? 7
Yeah, Wrigley Field is 9 miles away.
from
so, yeah.
here. It's 7 miles from my house.
So you know what it says? You know what's funny? 9 miles right now. It's what time? What time is it? 5:47 on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
It's an hour drive to Wrigley
Told
Field.
you, yeah.
9 miles.
But I wonder if you had like a scooter that say went topped out at 20 miles an hour, and you were in the bike lane where you can kind of avoid some of the traffic.
That seems like it'd be genius because if you were
Yeah.
going home from work right now, if she was 5 to 9 miles away, if she could cut that in half by just zooming around and maybe
Yeah.
blowing through a couple of red lights because they're you're like a kind of like a bike and stuff. Yeah, that would. I mean,
Yeah, I think that's the best. Actually, I would do that.
plus you got the wind in your hair.
Remember Andy used to work at the Hilton in downtown. Andy used to ride his bike from Park Ridge, his bicycle.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
He'd ride his bicycle all the way down there. That's
Yeah.
like 12, 13 miles.
My neighbor we played basketball with, Bike Short Bob. He would ride his bike all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
was pretty far.
Like I think like an e-bike. I mean, it's a recharge. I mean, how long does the charge last on an e-bike? I'm not sure. Like, what do you?
I mean, if she just went back and forth, I'm sure she could charge it overnight and it'd be.
Yeah.
more
Well, I know
than
where you
enough
could
to get.
park it. You just put it in Lake Michigan, right?
Just throw them in like
Yeah.
Michigan.
Yeah,
That's,
and-
where-
yeah.
that's where you store 'em.
But the
That's where
main
you store 'em,
somebody
That's
will
where you park
pull it out for you
Well, that's where
for
you
free.
return it. Yeah, you return it to Lake Michigan.
But the main thing is she could probably bring the bike up to her office. I'm assuming, and just leave it. Like, say she has like leaving a
Ooh,
cubicle.
yeah.
So she doesn't have to worry about the parking. Also, I think that's actually better than even a moped. Say a moped tops out at 40 miles an hour. You get the e-bike or the heavy duty scooter, and you get to take it with you inside. So that's actually the perfect option. And don't
Okay.
worry about what people are thinking. That's a side note.
I mean, at some age you stop thinking about it because I mean we're in our 50s. We stop thinking about what people care, what people think. But I think when you're 27, you start to think about that. I mean, if she asks that question, she's obviously not involved with anybody, not a serious relationship,
Well,
and she doesn't want to.
But I wouldn't buy a motorcycle because what if you bought a motorcycle? Let's say you spend $5,000 on a bike.
Yeah.
Is that how much bikes cost?
I don't know. You
A
can
cheap-
get,
so you get a cheap
cheaper
used one, yeah.
But say you buy a motorcycle for $5,000.
And insurance. You got to pay insurance.
Exactly.
Yep.
You got to pay for insurance. Gas isn't going to cost you much in a motorcycle, but you got to pay insurance, and it's fucking really expensive to insure a motorcycle in the city of Chicago.
Because
It's
people throw them in the
huge.
lake.
No, a motorcycle like a bike, so say with that money, you could probably take an Uber or a rideshare every single day to and from work and still not spend $5,000.
And don't worry about
and not have to worry about insurance.
Well, the main thing is the parking too. So let's say she has to pay $20 for, like, say, parking. I'm assuming her job.
If she's got a motorcycle, she's street parked.
Guys.
All right, we gotta move on.
I think we got it covered.
Covered.
It's a motorcycle.
Victoria.
She's not buying a marital aid, and she's not getting married.
Victoria, do the right thing.
Marital aids, but early to bed.
Early to bed. Yeah. If you take your bike, if you get a motorcycle, take it over early to bed.
Early to bed, and
you'll get something for your seat.
That's it.
It'll be the best ride of your life.
Andersonville's early to bed.
Victoria, I'll meet you at early to bed.
Yeah, it'll be literally the best ride of your life. If you have to take 40 minutes to go 9 miles, it'll be the best 40 fucking minutes of your life.
She might need a cigarette.
We'll see Sarah at early to bed. Done.
All right.
There's a lot of parking in Andersonville for bikes and motorcycles. So
yes, there is. All right. I saw this and it made me laugh so hard. Okay, and this part is not funny. A group of scientists are I don't know if you saw this, are trapped in the Antarctic. Did you see this?
No, I didn't see that.
yeah, you sent us the link.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So a group of scientists.
No, they're not trapped.
No, they are trapped right now.
They're there on assignment.
Right, but they can't leave.
Right. Well, that's part of their assignment. You didn't read the article you sent us, did you?
I did. But unfortunately they're there and they want to leave, but they can't.
Right.
No one's going to come
They
to get
knew
them.
that.
Well, I mean, there was an option to come get them. There was a slight option, but at this point now, it's not an option. And this is what makes it okay. That part's not funny, but this is what makes it funny. Okay, they're there for 15 months, and they knew that 10 of the months basically they would have been they're going to be spent in extreme isolation, absolutely extreme isolation, where it would be very rare that someone could come and get them.
It was just them.
Just them. That's it. Okay?
Like in a compound, like the movie The Thing. They're in Antarctica
Yes.
somewhere.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, something like that.
Yeah.
All right.
So the first thing I thought of is imagine the three of us locked in a compound in Antarctica for 10 months.
With a simulator that keeps fucking up. A golf simulator that keeps fucking up.
Don't worry, Mark. I would juice the simulator so you think you're hitting your radar in about 200 yards.
No, I
and then I would tell you afterwards, like, Mark, you really only hit it 130.
no, I would rig it so you get electrocuted when you get on it.
Yeah.
You would get electrocuted.
Would that be-
How did Ted die? The simulator electrocuted him.
It simulated an electrocution.
He got struck by lightning on the simulator.
Like Lee Trevino.
He got struck by lightning on a simulator. What are the odds of that?
we said it's a tornado, and then that was it. Ted was gone. Okay, so here's what makes this funny. Okay, they're number one. It's a group of people from South Africa. So it's like the exact opposite conditions of the Antarctic, right? I mean, it's nice and hot and everything, right? And it's the complete opposite. So that's the number one thing I thought was the funniest thing ever.
Can I ask, why are they there? Like, what are they studying that hasn't been studied
it's a
already?
research group.
Yeah, it's a research
Oh,
thing. They're
okay.
They're studying something. Here, ready? Something in extreme cold. That's
Okay.
that's whatever it is. There's 3 words in front of it, and it's extreme cold.
I'm just trying to think what hasn't been studied in Antarctica that we don't already know. But anyway, I digress.
Well, I'll tell you what it could
This
be.
is the stupidest thing you could say.
No. Here's what
really
it
is.
Here's
It
what it
really
could be.
is.
They could be studying this. How long does it take someone to lose their fucking mind and attack the other guys? And you ready? It was a month and a half.
Nice.
Okay, so one of the dudes in this group from South Africa has started assaulting people. He's lost his mind. He's freaking out.
So he's like the guy in the plane. You got to zip tie him. You got to like.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, that is exactly what's happening, right? So, and here's the weird part. They underwent a ton of testing and stuff to make sure that this wouldn't happen.
Psychological testing beforehand.
Tons of it. They went through tons of this stuff to make sure that they could handle being, number one, in the exact opposite of where they used to live, right, or where they live.
Yeah.
And then they're all by themselves in this group and then doing this and having the chance of not seeing anyone or not being able to leave for 10 months.
And you said
10 of the 15.
but you said there's 15 people?
No. They're there. I didn't get the exact number of
I'm sorry.
people.
Oh, the 15. They're here for 15 months, but you didn't say how many people there were.
Yeah.
Because I was assuming the more people there are, it's actually more. Because if they say there's like less people, then they're more.
They gave
odds
the
for
illusion
tension.
that there was like a dozen people. That's kind of
that's like a
the way
decent
they made
amount.
it sound.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. So right now, the guy's flipping out. Okay. And so they called for a rescue. Okay. And they had that option of rescue for dire circumstances. Well, guess what? They're not the rescue.
Yeah.
The rescue group.
The cavalry's not coming.
They cannot make it.
Cavalry's
there.
not coming
For whatever reason, and whether it's they can't get it there or they think it's funny, they're not coming.
Okay. Well, so what are they going to do about this guy who went rogue?
Okay, so that is my question. So,
I got the answer.
Okay, that's what I want to know. So this is like Ted's tip part 2, except we all get to share. What would you do with a guy who's clearly lost his mind?
Yeah.
And they still have, you ready for this? They still have 8 months left of extreme isolation.
Well,
Ted, how do you kill this guy?
Obviously, you can't kill him, unfortunately. So
What?
so they're all scientists, right? They're all scientists, obviously. So I'm assuming they have some type of modicum of formal education and PhDs and so on and so forth.
We've all seen the movies, Ted. There's all sorts of different. There's
we've seen those movies.
bodybuilder scientists.
But we've seen those
there's
movies.
hot chick scientist.
But we've seen movies similar to this where like there's a group of people isolated and then one person goes rogue and and there's no one there to stop this person. Yeah. So somehow you have to figure out a way.
Mostly because of aliens, just so you know.
So you have to figure out a way to build like a makeshift, I guess, cell for this guy. And just basically lock him up like a brig, like the brig in the Army or the Navy. Like you have to like make a makeshift brig for this guy. You can't kill him because you still get charged with murder. So and figure out.
How Teddy says it.
And then just
they can't kill him.
And then just I guess obviously there's say there's like 12 people, there's 11 people, there's one of him. So while he's sleeping, you got to just overpower him. Tie him up, zip tie him, and then get him in this little isolated area where you can control him. And you're still going to feed him. You're not going to, you'll still feed him, but you have to like basically
very little, so he has less energy. So that Ted,
can you drug him? I mean, don't they have some type of tranquilizers there or something they could? I don't know what they brought supply wise.
It depends on which one of them is like you and brought the drugs they weren't supposed to bring.
Yeah. So, but I would say before if he's aggressive now, and he is there for 8 more months, chances are he could hurt somebody in the group, so the group has to make a collective. So the group has to make a collective decision to basically overpower this guy because talking to him is not going to work. Let's just figure you can't reason with him because he's lost his mind. Maybe he's flipped out. He's got PTSD.
I think it's a woman.
Oh, okay. Whoever it is, yeah. So, that'd be easier then, yeah. So you have to just control her physically, move her to an area.
That makes it easier. They have less rights.
Move her to an area where she can't do any harm to anybody or herself, and it's almost like a makeshift cell or brig for her. And you'll still feed her, but obviously she's not part of the group anymore. So there's a circle of trust, and she's outside the circle of trust, is what I'm saying. Well, that's my suggestion.
I'm reading it as we're talking about this. That's why I'm on my phone. But it's saying that they were informed about this problem as early as December. And they could have evacuated them, but they decided not to because there's a German base that's like 186 miles away. So there was a window of like a month and a half, Ted, where they could have actually remedied the situation, removed this person, but they decided against it. And now it's too late because of the winter set in. They cannot get
so I'm guessing when they didn't do that, there's 2 things that happened. Number one, she's too valuable of a scientific member to take away, right?
Yeah.
Like something wouldn't happen if she wasn't there.
Yeah.
Or 2, she's smoking hot.
Yeah.
And a couple of the guys got together and like, listen, we could do this, but I mean, then we're just left with all uggos.
But all bets are off now. Right? So that's all. I mean, so basically,
there's no.
All bets are off.
They put out the thing like nobody's coming.
Yeah. So basically, whatever they're there for research project. Yeah. I'm just saying. So just all bets are off. To protect the group's integrity, you got to somehow isolate her, control her. And if that means putting her in some type of makeshift brig or something where she can't hurt anybody.
And they're scientists. They should be able to build, honestly, they should be able to build like something that like immobilizes her or.
What was that movie with Matt Damon where he was like stuck in space by himself and he had to make.
Did he lock himself up?
No, he had to make like he was like using his own feces for like fertilizer to make plants and stuff.
That was a good movie.
He was on a planet somewhere. Yeah, I can't remember what the movie was
Martian?
called. The Martian, yeah. He was. I think
he never saw it.
It was fertilizer.
It's pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, you should actually do a review on that movie. I like that movie.
Too late.
Okay. So.
Yeah, you did do that, didn't you?
No.
Oh, too late. You're never going to do that.
When Ted mentions a movie I should mention, I'm not mentioning it. It's over with.
Yeah.
It ends right there. Every time you do that, I cross it off my list.
Yeah. So he got. It was the same thing. It was the same thing. He got stuck on a planet. Like he was on.
Ted, you liked it? I'm out.
He was on a solo mission. He got stuck on the planet, and no one could come for him. So he had to basically either die or figure out a way to grow his own food.
Wait, did you see this
How
movie?
is that anything like?
It's nothing like what we're talking about.
It's nothing like what we're talking about.
Well, it's similar because your hand is forced because now you can't come back.
So you're going to make her
can't come back.
You're going to make her grow plants with her own shit?
No.
She's a scientist. She should be able to do that.
You're a good listener.
You know what the problem is that anything you create, if she's actually a good scientist, she can get away. She'll be able to figure it out. And then you're going to create like a
time machine.
Villain.
She can make a time machine.
Fuck you and your time machines. That's
what they're looking for there.
Well, good luck to them, whatever they decide to do.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
you could just let her roam around the compound and hopefully she won't slit your throat at night. Okay, that's the other option, right?
I
Okay.
think Ted's confused. This isn't your tip.
Oh,
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you don't have to do that.
Okay.
You know what? It's totally. I knew Ted. I knew Ted would have a terrible idea. I just didn't know it would be this terrible.
That would have been great if you did that.
His tip.
Yeah, you would have made it up from. It was from that person. Dear Ted, because they get our podcast there, obviously.
Well, they have to be listening.
Dear Ted, one of my colleagues. I'm isolated in the Antarctic, and one of my colleagues.
You know what? You realize that the Antarctic is the only continent that we haven't been heard on. If I could somehow,
what about the South Pole?
Do you have a ham radio? We'll get to them.
listen to me. If I could somehow
My
get in
uncle's
touch
got a
with
ham
them
radio.
and then have them just download one episode, we would be on all seven continents.
This episode.
I don't care which. I don't give a shit which episode. They're the only one. That's the only continent that no one at no point has anyone listened to our show on.
Wait, isn't the South Pole its own continent too? Antarctica's north, right? And then you got the South Pole.
Yeah,
Whatever.
Ted. Whatever the seven continents
South
are,
Pole's not
we're
a
at six. Yeah, it's not a continent.
Okay.
Yeah, because I don't think there's much there. I think it's pretty much just nothing.
There's a polar bear there.
Yeah, well, evil Santa's there, but yeah, that's about it. All right. Did you guys do anything? I mean, I know you didn't, Teddy, but on a normal year, do you guys do anything for St. Patrick's Day?
No.
No. Are you Irish?
No.
Okay, I didn't think so.
Did you drink more beer?
Do I need an excuse? You know what? It's kind of funny. Like, I would ever, it's St. Patrick's Day. Oh, good, I'm going to have.
I did when I was younger. My kids do right now.
We
They
did.
go down to the parade every year. They went this year too, which I advised against because we were leaving the house at 6:30 the next morning.
Yeah,
but they
sure.
both went,
crazy, yeah.
They both went downtown.
That's cool.
Well, I mean, they're kids. They recover. I mean,
know.
And their thought process. Remember, your thought, like you said, you would never own a motorcycle right now.
Right. I know.
But when you're 27, there's very few bad ideas.
No, I think it's cool. They all get on the train. There's like 3 or
Yeah.
4 groups of them. They meet somewhere. And
Yeah, they got the
They all
green
get on the
shirts on.
train. They
Yeah.
all go downtown for the parade, and neither one of them got to see the parade.
Well, we go down for a parade every year. I've never seen the parade.
Yeah, they didn't-
We went down 6-7 years in a row. I never once. Wherever
think
the
it's
parade was,
honestly-
it was a magic place.
I think
we were
it's-
so fucked up.
Exactly.
They didn't. This is the 3rd year in a row they went down there, and I think it's the 3rd year in a row they have not seen the parade.
Yeah.
Either of them. But they
I'm not even
got
sure
down
there
there.
is a parade, by the way. Just so you know.
They go down there. They go down there to watch the
It's just a green river.
the river being dyed. So they missed that, but they saw the river. But the parade, I think the route is at Michigan Avenue right there somewhere. I don't know. But they no.
It's a bunch of drunken Irishmen.
Neither one saw the parade.
I mean, wherever they say the parade is going to start, it probably never starts right there. So even if you're there, it's probably at least 3 or 4 blocks away, and it never starts on time because there's 2 or 3 fights, right? And then it goes about halfway,
And then
it's
ends
just
in the
a
river.
brawl.
It ends in the river.
Yeah, it's just everybody just
Then everybody throws a bike in the river.
It's like
over.
It's like Animal House where they just lead you into a corner, like they lead you into a dead end alley. Yeah, and they all just smash together.
Well, Chicago's weird because we have the downtown parade, then we have the South Side parade, then we have the North Side parade, and they're all on different days.
Oh, man, and it's funny. There's probably somebody for the last 20 years, some Irishman, who it goes to all 3.
Yeah.
And is blackout drunk, and is just so proud of himself. And every year he just circles. Oh, I can't do that. We're on a trip. We're going to go to Ireland. I can't go to Ireland now. Yeah, I got to go to all the parades.
And in our neighborhood, because there's a heavy Irish population where I live.
Yeah.
We start St. Patrick's Day 2 weeks before St. Patrick's Day. So they have the Sunday before St. Patrick's Day weekend, they have what's called Sunday Fun Day. So it's huge. I mean, it's like they block off the streets, and it's just like a large pub crawl. They've been doing that for like 10 years. So this year, the Sunday before Sunday Fun Day, they did. I'm not making this up. I could
Pre-Sunday Fun Day?
So they already do a Sunday Fun Day 1 week before St. Patrick's Day. And then on St. Patrick's weekend, that Sunday before St. Patrick's Day, they have the Northside Parade. This year, St. Patrick's Day fell on a Monday. So Sunday they had the Northside Parade, which goes is our neighborhood, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So the week before that, they do Sunday Fun Day. So the week before the St. Patrick's Day Parade, they do Sunday Fun Day. This year, the Sunday before Sunday Fun Day, they did a St. Patrick's Day something or other. I can't remember what it was. But it was insane. It was like another pub crawl before the pub crawl before St. Patrick's Day.
It's just an excuse to
There's
drink
3
drink more
weeks
alcohol.
of
That's,
It's like
that's all it
Christmas.
is.
It's like Irish Christmas Eve, right? You just keep on drinking. I love
Exactly,
it.
yeah.
I love that. All right. So if you were walking around on St. Patrick's Day in Chicago, and I saw this article, and I thought it was kind of weird, there were, and it's mostly young people. They were carrying around 1-gallon milk jugs. Did you guys hear about this?
No.
No. Okay.
It's an old thing. They've been doing this for a long time.
Yeah. And I didn't know anything about it, right? And it's not that they like milk, okay? So what they did is they filled, these things are called Borgs, okay? They fill these milk jugs up with vodka, Kool-Aid, and because someone saw something on TikTok and they think that they're doing something cool, with electrolytes.
Yeah, for hydration. Gatorade. Yeah, the
You're
Gatorade.
drinking a gallon. You're drinking a gallon of Kool-Aid and vodka. Like electrolytes have any fucking value whatsoever.
Explain why they're walking around with that.
Because they want to get drunk?
Well, because they can walk around in public with a gallon.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
And it doesn't look.
It doesn't look like
nobody
no
knows.
one. Yeah.
And here's what I'm going to say for people that aren't from Chicago. Okay, most of the. Obviously I'm exaggerating, but it's funny to say it this way because in my opinion,
I bet you're not.
Most of all the kids that are going down there have one or both their parents are police officers. So they know what the fuck's in these jugs. The police officers all know what's going on.
Yeah. Yeah. Everybody.
So you're not fooling anybody with that, right? They think they're pulling the wool over the cops' eyes, but they're already all over this. The police are a lot smarter than all the teenagers put together in the city of Chicago. They know.
all put together. Yeah. Well, after carrying around a gallon of.
Yeah, well, if you're carrying around
You're not fooling anybody.
If you're carrying a translucent milk carton that's not milk in it, let's assume it's just all pure alcohol.
But I guess what I'm trying to say is just because you're not getting busted and you get away with it doesn't mean they don't know what you're doing. They're keeping an eye on you.
Yeah. They just don't give a shit.
Well, they do give a shit, but they're just like, what are they going to do? Arrest every fucking 19 or 20-year-old downtown that's got a gallon of milk?
So for one day downtown Chicago on St. Patrick's Day, it's like Las Vegas where you can legally walk around with alcohol for one day. It's like the purge, except there's no murders.
Unless you're gay or Italian.
Oh, okay. Obviously. I didn't want to say that, but.
I don't know, man.
That's a great Simpsons line, by the way. When he's on the news, he's like, top of the morning to you. Happy St. Patrick's Day. We're on this day. Everyone's a little Irish, except for the gays and the Italians.
I don't know. I did not know that this thing existed. So the fact
St.
that
Patrick's Day? You're from here.
That's what I didn't know existed. Yeah, I didn't know
The gallon of milk, the gallon
Yeah.
thing, and that shit's been going on for a couple of years.
So when we were doing it, we would just buy a case of beer, and we were on the train.
Yeah, it was
And
different.
by the
back
way,
then.
at any age,
I
at
know,
any
it
age,
was different back then.
we just had everybody either had a 12-pack. I think it was 12-pack. We each got onto the train with a 12-pack of beer.
I'll tell you how crazy it was back in like the late 80s and into the mid 90s. Alanis Morissette was playing at Taste of Chicago one year, right? So like when she was in her peak, and we all went down to the Taste on that Friday or Saturday, whatever it was. And it's a free. They're all free concerts there in Grant Park. It was a music show. It's different than it is now, but in Grant Park, you stake out your claim with a blanket. It's all lawn, right?
Yeah.
So you've got the shell, and then you've got Columbus Drive, and then Lakeshore Drive is the east boundary of the Grant Park there. My buddy Steve's older brother Mike drove on the lake. He's on Lakeshore Drive, pulled over Lakeshore Drive. A bunch of us ran over to LSD, Lakeshore Drive, grabbed a keg of beer out of the back of his Chevy Astrovan, carried it onto the lawn, put it into a garbage can full of ice, and then just put blankets around it, and people just stood around the keg of beer. We had a keg of beer in Grant Park.
And
delivered to us from Lakeshore Drive.
Mark, the cops knew. The cops were smarter than you. They knew you were doing that. Just so you know,
we
you
would
did
have
not
been
pull the wool.
no.
You did not pull the wool blanket over any of their eyes. They knew that.
We would have gotten in trouble back then for having a keg of beer in Grant Park.
What?
Yeah, it was different. I mean, I'm telling you.
So you think? So
we
no.
used to get-
Listen to you. You're saying that the kids who carry around a milk jug.
They didn't see. I mean, there wasn't.
You don't think the cops knew that you had a keg of beer?
No, people were getting pinched. No, I mean, it was just it was the bold. It was that's why this story is so crazy. It was the boldest thing ever because you couldn't get. I mean, they were pinching everybody if you tried to walk in there with beer or a case of beer or something like that.
No, they probably
he brought a keg of beer off of Lakeshore Drive.
They probably listen. Every cop at that point, who was probably 20 years older than you guys, probably did that and was just like, "I'm proud of those kids." They didn't bring a bunch of shitty cans of beer.
Here's what they couldn't do. They couldn't take the case of beer away from us and then put it in their car and then keep it for their summer vacation down at the boat, because that's what police used to do.
Oh yeah, they used to do that.
They
all the time.
confiscate your beer. They're not dumping it; they're keeping it.
And don't forget too, if a cop actually like arrests you, think of all the paperwork they have to fill out, which is more work for them. So wouldn't it just be easier to just?
I think back in the day they just beat the shit out of you and then dropped you off.
That's the other thing I was going to say. I mean,
I don't think there was paperwork.
Hey,
Ted,
listen,
paperwork. Paperwork is when someone physically goes into jail and is going to spend time there. There's no paperwork when they take your beer, put you in the car, take your beer, beat the shit out of you, and drop you off in some shitty neighborhood, which is what
we got beat up by cops. I know that everybody thinks that police officers in the city of Chicago are biased or racist. No. They beat up white kids too.
They're equal opportunity offenders.
They don't care. Yeah. White, black, brown, whatever.
Well, I think these days,
you're fucking up.
Gay, Italian. It didn't matter.
It didn't matter.
I think these days times have changed, though.
No, my buddy Dave's dad. I have two of my friends' dads were police officers, and Dave got beat up by a cop, put in the back of a car, drove him around. He's in bigger trouble.
Yeah, I mean,
and when I say beat up, I'm not saying like beat up. I mean, like smacked in the head and put in the back of the car, that kind of thing. But it scared the shit out of us, right? But we were doing stupid shit. I mean, if you're doing something stupid, and like if you take off running, the police show up and you're all hanging out in the alley and everybody starts to run, they got to chase you. Yeah, I mean, they're going to be mad.
Yeah. Well, what's that, Chris?
Just don't be the guy who's caught.
No,
That's it. You get caught, you're going to get smacked.
What's that Chris Rock line? He goes, if the police have to chase after you and catch you, they're bringing an ass whipping with them. So.
That's right. I mean, and we expected it. No one cried. I didn't go home and tell my mom, "Oh, we weren't doing anything," and sometimes we weren't doing anything. But when they showed up
once or twice.
No, I'm just saying.
No, seriously, once or twice you weren't doing anything.
That's the definition of sometimes. Sometimes you're not doing something. But you're hanging out in the alley and somebody calls the police and they got to respond, right?
Yeah, sure.
So when the police show up, your automatic response is everybody starts to run, especially like if your parent's a police officer, you don't want to get in trouble for anything because it's twice the trouble because your dad's a cop.
Yeah.
And you got in trouble by the police. So you take off running, they catch you, they hit you in the head, you go home with a bump in your head, you're not crying, your mom call this, call that, you deserved it.
Well, you're not going to call the police again, right?
No, my buddy Billy, his old man was a cop, and we were at a White Sox game with his dad and all his cop friends, and Billy and I and a couple other guys, and we got into a little scrap, right at the Sox game, and all of a sudden there's a thing, and the cops are there, and of course they know as soon as Billy says his last name, all the cops know his dad, Butchie. Everybody knew this guy and his buddies, right? So we do our thing. We're sitting over here, and the cop walks down and gets Billy's dad, and I know it's gonna be worse. I know. Fuck. And this is Billy's dad.
Was it cops fighting other cops, or was it just
no? We were scuffling with some guys.
Oh, yeah.
And so a few punches are thrown, and everything's fine, right? They're all they do tell us: you go this way, you go that way, stay away from each other, or we're gonna take you downstairs and beat the shit out of you, right? So we're fine. And then Billy says, "Oh, my dad." And he mentions his dad's name, and I was like, oh, fuck. So now they go to the seats, they go get him, comes up there. And his old man was a small guy, like 5'4", but built like a fire truck, right?
Yeah.
So he comes over there, and he goes, these guys are still talking shit, right? And he walks up to one of the guys talking shit to us. He goes, you? He goes, keep your fucking mouth shut, or I'm going to take you downstairs. And Billy and I do one of these. And we're like, I don't know, 16 or 17. And he turns around, okay, and he hit Billy hard in the head, man.
That's his kid.
Yeah.
And
then I go, oh, man, like, I'm glad that's not my old man. And he turns and he gets me. He gets Billy with the right hand and he gets me with the left hand. And he goes, and you two fucks, go back and sit down. And I think we're 16 or 17. Drink your beer and shut the fuck up.
Yeah, you know why? Because you're being knuckleheads.
Yeah. And I was like, whoa,
tough love,
dude. My head is ringing right now, and all I'm thinking is, we had this covered until Billy opened his goddamn mouth.
Well, he's 16 and he's drinking beer.
Yeah.
So what'd you think was going to happen?
Yeah. But man, I tell you what, we'd go to the bar. There was a cop bar they hung out with, and every once in a while we'd end up there, which was stupid as shit. And man, I'm telling you, man, Chicago cops are unique and different people. And when they start drinking, you don't want to be anywhere near that.
The one time, I'm not going to go into detail, but the one time I ended up on a golf course unexpectedly, I think on Mother's Day several years ago, with one of my buddies who had two cop friends. This is like 2 p.m. I think this was Indian Boundary, by the way. And by when we were done with our round, I mean, it felt like somebody shot one of those like blow dart guns into my neck where I was going to be tranquilized. And then we went to like a bar and drink. And, it's like 6 o'clock at night. I'm like, I don't know if I could make it home, man, because I felt like, somebody gave me, an anesthetic or something. These guys were nuts. So.
Yeah. That's a different world, man.
Yeah.
Work hard, play harder.
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't want to think about that. Okay, did you guys see that video a while back about the woman who would not give up her airplane seat?
There's so many of those videos. Could you be more specific, please?
There was a screaming baby. She wouldn't give up her airline seat, and somebody, not the person who wanted the seat. Okay, so guy sits down, he puts his baby in the seat, and a woman walks up and says, "That's my seat. I want it." And the guy's like, "Can you go sit someplace else?" And she's like, "No, I want that. I want to sit by the window. That's my seat. If you wanted your baby to sit there, you should have bought the fucking seat." Mm-hmm. So somebody not related to the baby took a video of this woman, okay, and posted it online, and you know what happened next, right?
She got shitbagged.
Dude, she
got swatted. She got swatted.
Who was wrong, her or the person with the baby?
Well, okay, so here's the funny part. The baby, so the person who made the video keeps making the video, like multiple videos. The baby cried the whole time. So the woman sat next to a crying baby.
Yeah.
And I don't know if there was another seat. I don't know.
So there's two parents, right? And they had to get separated from the baby.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So the guy's with the baby. The woman sits down, and some random person is making this video.
So where's the baby now? Is the baby like on his lap or
Baby's on his lap and screaming the whole time.
Yeah. Well, good.
Okay? And you get constant. Part of the video thing is this constant thing
So the
where
baby did not have a seat?
the baby did not have a seat.
It's a baby,
You don't
yes.
have to.
Yeah.
Oh,
You don't have to. If the baby's small enough, you don't have to.
Okay.
Okay. So she does have to. I mean, she takes her seat, but she does have to sit next to a screaming baby.
Yeah.
For like a 5-hour flight.
But there's an extra seat for her somewhere on the plane.
Don't know. That part is I never figured that out.
But they must have
I'm
offered. But there
guessing-
must have been another seat because if you put the baby in the window seat, then obviously the guy said you can sit there. Then there must have been another seat
Yeah.
for the woman who
But
declined. Yeah. So long story. Yeah.
Yeah. I
think that a lot of this is predicated now by the frustration of flying. And we fly several times a year, right? You guys do.
Yeah.
You buy an airline ticket, right? And then they make you buy a seat. Right? They make you pay extra for a seat.
Yeah. The seat you
Teddy
want.
and I never do that.
Yeah, we never do that.
I just sit wherever. I don't give a shit.
But
I don't either, but I don't care if I'm flying by myself. Like I just bought a ticket to Des Moines because it was like $100.
Yeah, sure.
No, like $110
That's
round
pretty cheap.
trip.
That's pretty cheap. Yeah.
Round trip. I couldn't pass it up.
Yeah. How long's that flight to Des Moines?
45 minutes.
Yeah, that's great.
So
man, that's a perfect
First is
flight.
3.5
I know.
hours. Yeah, for sure.
So, it says like an hour, but it's never an hour. It's always like 45 minutes. But so you buy the ticket, and then they ask you if you want to. Then you have to pick out your seat, and then you got to pay for your seat, or you could just wait to the day of, right?
Right, and they just randomly
Yeah.
give you a
But
seat.
here's what I'm afraid of. When I don't know, like if you get there and you bought the ticket, but you don't have a seat, you might be able to they might bump you. I don't know. I'm paranoid in that.
I don't
But
think
it
that's
pisses
the
me off
case,
that I got to
but-
pay. Or if you want to sit in the back of the plane for whatever reason, you just want to be in the middle of the plane, you want an aisle seat or a window seat, you have to pay for that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So maybe she paid for extra for that.
She did. No, she
Yeah, so
paid
you're like-
specifically for
so-
that seat.
But if they didn't do that, people will be probably less aggressive. I get it. It's a principle now. Fuck, I paid not only to pay for this flight, but now I got to pay for a seat on the flight.
Yeah. Oh, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that she probably could have got. I mean, they probably wanted to move her someplace she
So a
didn't
middle
want to
seat.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, here's the rule of thumb.
yeah.
Here's the rule of thumb. So I've read this before because this isn't the first time this dilemma's come up. So the rule of thumb is if someone asks you to switch seats with them, and I'll get into why that is, as long as the seat that you're going to is of equal or greater than the seat you're already in. So, for example, most people wouldn't
Like the
switch
cockpit?
Perfect. Yeah, most people wouldn't switch an aisle seat or a window seat for a middle seat because it's a downgrade. And here's the other thing: a lot of these people are shitty because they try to slut shame you into like changing seats with them, so they won't pay for the seat, and then they try to like basically get your seat.
They try to dick bag you.
Yeah. I'm not saying with the baby it's different, but I'm saying like a mother who wants to sit next to her 16-year-old kid. The kid could survive in a seat, or like a husband
probably doesn't want to sit next to
or a husband and wife. You know what? If they're separated for 3 hours on the flight, it's okay. They'll live. Like I want to sit next to my husband or my wife, but the funny thing is they always want your seat, which is the upgraded seat. Why doesn't the husband or wife go to the seat where it's the downgraded seat? So they always want the better seat. So that's poor planning on their part. So like I said, poor planning on your part does not constitute an emergency on my part.
If I'm by myself, I would.
If I'm by myself, it depends.
If I'm by myself, and that situation happens to me, I would just say, fine, whatever. I don't fucking care. And I would go sit somewhere else. But I wish I had the gall or the nerve to say, you know what, fuck you. I paid, or not. I wouldn't be like that, but I would say, fine, give me $75.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because I sit at the computer, and it just burns me that I have to, that I'm booked on a flight, and I think, okay, here it is. I'm on the flight. Now I pick my seat out. There's no free seats on the flight. There's nothing on there that's free. Every seat I have to choose from, I have to pay extra for. It burns me. So now I get all angry about that, and you just fuck it. You pick it out. Now your flight is another $50 or $70 more because you have to do it both ways, round trip, right?
Right.
So now you're pissed off about that. Then you get on a plane, someone fucking wants your seat that you paid extra for in the fucking first place. It's like, fuck that, man.
No, Mark, I hear you.
Or just tell the flight attendant, here, fine, I'll switch plates. Somebody give me fucking $50 cash because I'm pissed off that I have to pay to sit in this seat in the first place.
Shit.
Yeah.
Right? Isn't it? I mean, doesn't it make sense? Shouldn't everybody be that way? Fine. The airline fucked me over, made me pay $70 to sit here in the first place.
I think I
want my money back.
I think it takes a lot of balls to ask.
I know, and I could never do that.
Let's get to this.
But people do that. Yeah, but I'm saying some people do that purposely. They purposely just try to shame somebody. Like they find somebody who's like very polite who can't say no. And that's like a tactic they use because they don't want to pay extra for the seat. So I'd say, you know what, fuck those people. You know what, unless I'm getting an upgrade. So it's just like if you're sitting in first class and you want to sit with your spouse in economy class, I'll gladly switch seats with you.
Oh, I didn't think about that. You're right. They probably did not. Yeah, they waited. They didn't do what I did.
Right.
They didn't pay.
But anyway,
they didn't pay for their seat when they booked.
But this specific woman, they took the video. This random person took a video of her, and basically everybody knew who she was,
and then posted on to shame her,
slut shamed her on there. Her actual name was Jennifer Castro. Okay.
Yeah.
So, and it's important
and
because
I don't think she did anything wrong, by the way.
No, she didn't. But this is important because when that video came out and everybody started shitbagging her, she actually, a lot of people supported her. She actually got over 2 million views. And you ready for this? Because of that video, that woman who didn't give up her seat, and a lot of people shit on her at first, she actually has secured endorsements from a whole bunch of people because she had 2 million views.
Good for her.
On that video.
Good for her. And I was going to say, so I think I might have read that story. So could she actually sue the person who videotaped her without her consent? Because I know it's a public plane.
So this is the weird
there's
part.
A rule about that.
So this is the weird part. Yeah. She is suing the person who took the video. Right. Because it wasn't a person who was involved in that. It wasn't the mom, it wasn't the dad, and it wasn't the baby.
Yeah.
As far as we can tell. It was not the baby. Mm-hmm. And she's suing the airline. Now, here's the problem I have with that. What the fuck does the airline have anything to do with any of that?
I would sue them too. I hate the airlines. They're horrible. I mean, why wouldn't you sue the airline?
But
fuck them.
They have
They're
nothing
like
to do.
They're like insurance companies.
But I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why she sued the airline because strategically they have the deep pockets because it's obviously a $1 billion industry.
If I'm on the jury of whatever, why would I give the airline? The airline can't stop someone from filming someone.
Nobody likes the airlines anymore.
I understand that. I mean,
why not?
I don't like them or dislike them. But
I'm assuming she has an attorney, so I'm just saying strategically, you always sue the entity that has like the deep pockets, quote unquote, the deep pockets.
But see, that's where
because
all the bullshit comes from.
The simple answer is because you can.
It is bullshit. It is bullshit. But they still have to spend time and money to get a defense attorney and file an answer to the complaint and defend against the allegations. So strategically, if you're the attorney who sued the airline, you're just saying the airline will say, well, here's X amount of money to just go away. That's why they did it. It's not because the airline did something wrong.
That's fucked up to me.
It's business.
I get it.
They got to change the laws. They have to change the tort reform laws. But that's the context to why, to answer your question.
Yeah, no, I understand the concept. It's just that it seems if I'm involved in any kind of jury thing, I'm not giving her money from the airline.
But chances are it's not going to get to a jury because to actually get to a jury trial, think about how much time and money and effort you have to spend to even get to a jury trial. So those things settle. Like I said, 90% of these claims settle out of court, in litigation well before any type of trial. So if you're talking about a jury, the airline will have already spent tens of thousands of dollars in defense costs to even get to that point, win, lose, or draw. So it's just a business decision.
Why give her the money? I would rather spend the money fighting it and make her spend her money. And if she doesn't get her money, then it costs her dough. Maybe somebody learns.
It doesn't cost her anything because, unfortunately, the way the laws are written.
But her lawyer, if she doesn't make money off of this,
it's on a contingency fee basis, which means she doesn't pay anything.
Well, maybe lawyers stop doing this.
The attorney's not. Well, like I said, to go to your original question, if you have to change the whole tort reform thing where there is a penalty. So, for example, like if this is a frivolous lawsuit, and say she loses the case, I think in Canada has these laws like her attorney has to pay the attorney fees for the other side. That would be a good way to dissuade these type of suits in the future. So, for example, if the airline ran up, let's say, $50,000 in legal fees, she lost the case in court, or she lost the case through a jury, and the court ordered her attorney or her to pay the other side's attorney fees, that would prevent these type of things from happening in the future.
Okay, so when Canada becomes our 51st state, will we take their laws or will they take our laws?
Oh, I thought we were getting Greenland first. Or was it the Panama Canal?
Did you see the Greenland hat? Did you see the hat?
Ted's mansplaining you.
It's they have Greenland has a MAGA hat.
Oh, I didn't know that. I want that hat.
Yeah. Make America go away. Yeah.
I didn't see that hat.
And then they counter-offered to buy California from us.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was pretty fucking
That's hilarious.
funny. All right, Mark, you have a movie mention. Is that right?
Yes.
Excellent. Ted, are you ready for Mark's? No, I'm not. Wait, hold on. That's not a question I ask you. Fuck you. All right. You have a sponsor. So, Mark's movie mentions are sponsored by The Perfect Company and their newest product, The Perfect Coffee Cup. The Perfect Coffee Cup is perfect for any time you want hot steaming coffee and don't care how it happens, and it doesn't matter to you. With our patented technology, your coffee will remain hot for over 5 days. With The Perfect Company's new AI technology, we can not only keep your coffee piping hot, but it can also bring small rodents and flying animals back to life. Never touch Perfect Coffee Cup with your bare hands or feet. Never drink from Perfect Coffee Cup using your mouth. Do not leave Perfect Coffee Cup near food. It will coerce it into doing its bidding. Perfect Coffee Cup should never be given as a gift to someone you love, like, or don't wish death upon. Perfect Coffee Cup. The perfect coffee cup for anyone who doesn't like coffee. Oh, man. They have so many great products.
That's a good one.
Yeah, they just have so many great products. I mean, there's so many things. And they're perfect every time.
For somebody.
Right. Mark, what movie are you mentioning today?
So the movie I want to mention today came out in 2021. It's called The Tender Bar.
A Tinder?
No, tender, like bartender, but it's called The Tender Bar. Starring Ben Affleck, Christopher Lloyd, and Ty Sheridan. It's 104 minutes long, so right up your guys' alley, just about a little over 90 minutes. Directed by George Clooney. It's a coming-of-age film. It's a really, really excellent movie. It takes place in 1973, Long Island. It's about a boy and his mom who their dad kind of leaves them, deserts them, so mom and boy move back home with her mom. And she's got... he's got an uncle. So the boy's 9 years old. He's got an uncle who's paid by Ben Affleck, Uncle Charlie, who owns a bar called what's it called? The Dickens, like Charles Dickens. So it's a really good movie. Do
they sell cider?
I bet you they do. I bet you they have Dickens cider there.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. So the dad in the movie is a DJ. He's called The Voice, and he just kind of abandoned them. So the kid's 9 years old, and really the film is about like setbacks and imperfect family life, you know, and it's just he's growing up without a dad, and then Ben Affleck becomes like a father figure to him, his uncle, and gives him advice, and he gets all sorts of advice, and you know, he turns him on to reading, reads a lot of books. Ben Affleck's character does. He's got a huge library, so he encourages him to read. No one in the family's really gone to college before, but Christopher Lloyd plays the grandfather. He's a really smart guy, but I don't think he went to college. He didn't have an opportunity to. So he could be the only kid to go. DJ could be the only child in the family, first person to go to college. So they're all trying to encourage him to do that. He's
9 years old.
Yeah, I know, but they're encouraging him to, you know, get out of, you know, Long Island and better yourself. Than they're all like kind of a working class family, like lower middle class.
It seems like a lot of pressure on a 9-year-old.
It's a lighthearted film. It's not a lot of pressure on. I'm describing it wrong. Just watch the fucking movie, okay? I mean, I'm just saying.
Oh, okay. I mean, it just seems like they're shitbagging this kid. Like all of their hopes and dreams are on this kid.
Okay, let me start over because that's nothing what the movie's about.
Okay. So no pressure on the kid at all.
He's
fun.
He's very smart. He's so at the bar they do these like crossword puzzles, and he's really good at solving the puzzles. He hangs out at the bar like during the day and stuff, and it's kind of a cool scene.
So it
so
could
they're
be
like,
Wisconsin
hey, you're pretty
or Long
smart.
Island.
You can go to college, and she's like, you can go to Yale or Harvard. You know, you're really smart, and he is smart. and he just gets smarter, and he's dealing with family issues with his dad that abandoned them, and they encourage him to follow his dreams, and he wants to be a writer. Eventually, he goes to school, becomes a writer. The story progresses pretty quickly, but there's a couple twists and turns. But it's George Clooney directed this, and it's really well directed. I love films like period pieces like this that take place in the 70s or 80s. To me, it's nostalgic. 1973 was a great fucking year. It's the year I was born, Ted.
Happy birthday.
Christopher Lloyd's great in it. Ben Affleck is really good in it. The kid that plays the young JR is really good. Ty Sheridan plays the older kid that's in college or whatever. But it's really father and son issues, a deadbeat dad, empty promises. He stands up to, it's about standing up for yourself, growing up, going, trials and tribulations of being a single parent on his mom's side of it. It's really cool. I mean, it's a good movie. I really highly recommend this movie. It's an Amazon original, so it's on Amazon Prime. Again, came out in 2021. It's called The Tender Bar, starring Ben Affleck.
Sounds good.
Yeah, so
it was one of the best movies I saw in 2021. It's a sleeper movie. It's not, like I said, it's on Amazon. It's an Amazon original, so it wasn't in the theaters or anything like that.
So that sounds like that. And I saw that one that the guy who plays John Adams, a little fat guy, bald.
Oh, Anthony Hopkins?
No.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
The movie where he's a teacher at a school.
That's a great film. That was nominated for an Oscar. Yeah,
dude,
the
that
throwbacks or the holdouts.
The holdouts. Yeah. It was. I mean, that was really good. It was funny. It was it was a good period piece. Right, and it had that kind of thing that kind of drew me in, and it's funny because Mark mentioned it, and I'm sitting at home, and I'm doing nothing, and I'm just
the holdovers. That's
the holdovers, yeah. And I'm just like, all right, I gotta watch a movie mention, and my thing is, I look at the thing, I just make sure
Paul Giamatti, right?
Paul Giamatti, yeah. I make sure there's no mention of time machines, right? And I really don't want too many flashbacks.
Did I mention this movie, Holdovers? No.
Yeah,
no,
you did.
I don't think I did.
You did to me.
No, well, I did to you, but your nephew also, Steven also recommended this movie too.
Right. Oh, okay. That was from the.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That was from the movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
I loved it. I loved it. So
that's a great movie too. Yeah, that's a really, really strong movie.
You know, it was a good period piece movie that I saw that was a little risque. Boogie Nights, right? Wasn't that that was like in the 70s with Mark Wahlberg? He's like the porn actor.
Yeah, that was a good movie.
Not really schools.
That
doesn't really involve schools or kids or anything.
Oh, the Holdovers.
Right.
Divine Joy Randolph won a Best Supporting Actress for that movie.
Who's that?
She's African American woman. She's kind of heavy.
Oh yeah.
She was awesome in that film.
Yeah,
she presented at this year's Oscars because she won an Oscar last year. Remember, she came out.
Yeah,
she's awesome.
So she is in Only Murders in the Building.
Yeah,
she's the cop in Only Murders in the Building. I got to tell you right now. I mean, I have a giant Steve Martin boner, but yeah, and Martin Short has worked his way into the boner. Yeah, and loves Selena Gomez and everything in there. But yeah, she's in that. She's awesome.
Yeah, she's a great actress. I love her.
I don't know the details, but I guess the new Snow White movie remake that came out, I guess it's getting a lot of blowback. But I just read something recently about it, and can you guys enlighten me what people's bugaboo is about that movie?
One group of people is saying it's too woke because there's a Spanish girl playing Snow White.
Okay.
Yeah, she's native.
I saw her, but she kind of looks like Snow White.
Well, I believe she's might be from Mexico or a country that isn't Snow White.
Okay. Fantasyland.
And that's their.
She's not from Fantasyland.
Yeah.
Only white people come from Fantasyland.
I see.
And they seem to have this issue, but also it's a weird dichotomy thing because Gal Gadot is Israeli, and this girl who's playing Snow White,
right? She's the witch. So Gal Gadot's the witch in that movie.
I believe so.
Okay,
yeah. And Gal Gadot is from Israel, and she was actually served in the army, just like
everyone I think it's mandatory.
And the other girl was kind of outspoken about Palestinian rights.
Oh, I see. The one who
plays
played Snow White.
I don't think the two of them are doing anything, but I think they've made something out of it.
Wait, the one who played Snow White was
she's railing about Palestinian rights for whatever reason.
Yeah, okay.
And whatever, and they're like, well, they have two differing opinions, but they've never once argued about it or said anything.
Well, they're co-stars
in
the movie, and obviously, so it's not really about the movie. It's just about their personal views that are outside the parameters of the movie.
But their personal views aren't clashing. It's just that one person feels one way and one person feels the other way.
Which is you have the right
and they've left it alone.
Yeah.
But people are making, how they have to do everything.
The trolls are out in full force
because they want us to hate things. We can't like things or be entertained or
But co-stars
be happy.
Always get along. right?
Justin,
Except
what the fuck?
except
if I hear one more thing
except
about
Blake
Justin
except,
Baldoni,
except Blake Lively and Justin
and
Baldoni.
Blake Lively. I mean, these are two actors. By the way, they're both B actors. There's nothing special about either one of these people, and I can't be left. I can't.
Yeah, but the one of the most famous ones was Officer and a Gentleman. Deborah Winger and what's his name did not get along.
Richard Gere.
Richard Gere and her,
Which is funny
she
hated.
Yeah,
No,
I know,
everyone
that's why
hates-
I'm talking about
yeah.
this movie.
Because that was the,
That's why I mentioned
that was
this
the love
movie.
interest.
Yes, I
yeah,
know. That's why I'm
it's
mentioning
crazy.
it. That's
yeah.
why I mentioned it, Ted.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You
I
don't
heard
have
she
to-
was. I heard she was difficult to get along with. Like,
No, not her. She couldn't stand him.
okay,
But I heard that
But
she was.
Yeah, the feeling became mutual, I guess. But the backstories in that were, and they had. I mean, obviously, like you had said, Ted, it's a very romantic movie where they have intimate scenes and they've got to pretend to really, really like each other.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean,
in the film.
he picks her up
But
from the textile factory and carries her out the door and shit. I mean, I bought that shit hook, line, and sinker.
That was a great movie.
I felt
But-
like guy for the guy who swallowed the ring.
Yeah. But I think
So,
I think
yeah.
Deborah Winger. The last thing she did was I don't know if you remember Legal Eagles
Oh, I vaguely recall
with
that. Yeah.
who's the really good looking Robert Redford.
Yeah.
And I think that was it. She became like impossible to deal with, and I think that was
kind
the
of
last movie she
like
made.
blacklisted her. From,
Just I mean, she was psychotic,
unhireable.
yeah, and nobody. I mean, it was just easier to. I mean, honestly, when you think about actors, there's probably 20 people that you can get to play any part.
Yeah.
And when you have to put up with bullshit,
Well, yeah. Well, think about. I mean,
they're already psychotic.
there's like a million good-looking people who are reasonably talented. Yeah. So why would you? And number one, not just that, you can get someone for like a fraction of the price, who's who could do a reasonable job, and no one's going to know the difference, right?
Yeah.
So,
I watched on the plane. I watched that Craven the Hunter.
I heard that was.
Jesus.
I heard that bombed
Holy
at the box
shit.
office.
It didn't even make any sense.
What's it called?
Craven the Hunter?
Yeah, it's like a
Marvel.
comic book. It's like a Marvel thing.
Yeah, it's
I've heard
an
of it.
interesting.
I've heard of
Honestly,
it, yeah.
it's a cool. The comic book is cool, right? I mean, like all comic books are pretty.
I thought
cool.
it was Wolverine because he kind of looks like Wolverine a little bit. He's got a Wolverine vibe.
He's a different deal.
Yeah.
But the concept is pretty cool. The movie was so awful.
It's not a cartoon though.
No.
No. All it's like Captain America and
Okay. Yeah, I
Iron Man
didn't
and
see,
stuff.
yeah.
But it was just it was unwatchable.
I've tuned all those out.
Was
now.
it that bad?
It was just
Because it just came out recently,
It was
right?
just stupid. I watched
Yeah.
I watched Venom. You know what I realized? I don't like Tom Hardy as an actor. I just
I
don't
love
like him.
Tom Hardy.
Don't
He's
like
one
it.
of my favorites.
Yeah, not interested in anything he does. Don't like it. Yeah, it was just I accidentally watched it all the way through because I was just walking around the house.
Yeah.
and I'm just thinking, these things are so fucking stupid. It's just fun fantasy, like awesome stuff. And how are they making these things so
I mentioned him.
awful?
I mentioned him in a couple movies. He was in that movie, The Drop, with James Gandolfini. The
know
Drop.
what?
That was a good movie.
James Gandolfini, I can deal with when he was with The Sopranos. It was fine. Everything else,
Really?
yeah,
You're
just
crazy.
doesn't do anything for me. Yeah, I don't know why. He's just not one of those guys that like jumps out at me and was exciting. Not my thing. Not my
Didn't
thing
he play?
at all.
Didn't he play Bane in Batman? Tom Hardy.
Yeah.
I think he was Bane in Batman.
Yeah.
Was he?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was.
It's
He
Tom
got
Hardy,
he
yeah.
bulked up for that. Yeah.
Okay, I got to be honest with you. When he's talking as Bane in Batman,
Yeah.
it's one of my favorite talking things.
He goes.
When
He goes. I was born in the darkness.
it-
And then he kicked the shit out of Batman too. So
that was Tom Hardy.
that was
it's
Tom
Tom
Hardy.
Hardy,
That was
yeah.
Tom Hardy. Yeah.
Wow, he seems so. I think Tom Hardy isn't that tall. He seems so
he's,
much
no, he's
bigger.
like, no, he's like I think he's like 5'7", but he
No,
obviously
he's taller than that because he's an MMA fighter. So I saw his list. He's like 6 foot.
Oh, okay.
Is he?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. I don't know. I just pictured the Bane guy being like, I don't know, just
Oh,
somebody
they make him.
gigantic.
Yeah, they make him. Yeah, of course.
Well, you can make Tom Cruise. You can make Tom Cruise look like he's 6'3".
Yeah, so there was an actor back in the 50s. His name was Alan Ladd, and I think this dude was only like 5'2", but I guess they had camera.
From Lassie.
They had like camera angles where they made him
Old,
seem.
old Yeller. Old Yeller.
Yeah, Alan Ladd. Yeah, he was a famous. He's kind of like Gary Cooper back in that era. But yeah, he was only like 5'2", and he was really short. So he would actually stand on like a pedestal, or the camera angles would make him look like he's taller than his female co-stars, who were all taller than him, obviously in real life. So
All right.
Yeah, he was a star.
it's called acting.
He was a star in Old Yeller.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Alan Ladd.
Old Yeller. Isn't that something about a dog dying?
Yeah. You never read the book?
It's like Lassie on steroids.
No.
Really?
If we were supposed to read it in school, I didn't do it. I literally didn't do anything in school. How I
That's
know.
probably the first movie I ever
Yeah.
cried.
How I'm able to
I
put
read
a
the book
sentence
and then
together.
I read the book and then we watched the movie in school.
No, honestly, how I can put a
watch that
sentence
movie.
together or add is beyond my ability to fathom. The worst student of all time. Yeah, crazy. All right, last thing. New York woman is suing the Girl Scouts.
It's about time.
Oh, bitches are going down.
For what?
Okay. She said she took cookie samples from all over the country and did a study on them and found, this is what she says, alleging, that in these cookies, 100% of the cookies, there wasn't a single cookie sample that they had. All the different ones. What do they call the fudge packers? What are they?
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, the
Yeah,
mint. They got the mint, the peanut butter.
Thin mints.
Yeah, thin mints. Yeah, yeah.
Everything.
Right.
Ready? 100% of the cookies had in them aluminum, arsenic, lead, and pesticides.
And yet she's still alive after eating them all. It's a miracle.
Ted, she didn't eat them. She studied them.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait, isn't that like the guy who sued Wendy's because I guess like the hamburger didn't have as much beef in it? Some guy sued like a fat. I don't know
Well,
if it was
this
Wendy's.
is complete. Ted.
Yeah.
Ted.
Why
the
do you always
burger-
change the subject?
The
We're talking
burger
about Girl
isn't as
Scout
yeah.
cookies.
The burger isn't as big, and the burger has aluminum, arsenic, lead, and pesticides in it. Are two completely fucking different things.
But didn't you mention several episodes ago that the Girl Scouts were bringing in like billions of dollars a year in cookies? So why would they want to kill their customers?
So did you hear?
I'm imagining whatever children are making these in some third world country, they're okay with it. But here's the thing, okay? So the FDA had to come out and make a statement about this because they always have to, okay? Now, don't ever think that the FDA is doing anything for you. They are not, okay? The FDA is not here to protect us.
Like HR.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Not at all, okay? The FDA said everything is safe, and all that stuff that she said was in those cookies is stuff that's found in soil. And all the levels in the cookies are under the acceptable levels for human consumption.
Yeah, it's like the fecal
So they
level in
didn't
the
say,
ocean.
but I need you to understand this. They didn't say there wasn't aluminum, arsenic, lead, mercury, and pesticides in the cookies. This is what they said. All those things are found in soil,
Yeah,
and
forever-
every single thing
forever chemicals,
is
yeah.
under acceptable levels for human consumption.
Are they growing the cookies in the ground?
So that was the first thing I thought of. Why are you comparing? Why would the FDA say all this is in soil
Well,
and cookies?
The main ingredient of is flour and fucking
There is nothing, absolutely nothing,
sugar,
in
flour.
a Girl Scout cookie that has been grown.
You ever made a
or is
cookie
real.
before? It all grows in the ground.
Not
didn't
a
know that,
Girl Scout.
no.
No. There is no way
What are you talking
that they're
about? It's a
making that
fucking
crap
cookie.
without real food, with any kind of real food.
How do you make a cookie without real food?
I have no idea, but the Girl Scouts. I mean,
Stop.
I honestly,
It's stupid now.
What's a Cheeto? You think a Cheeto is real food?
You're comparing
Cheetos are good.
a baked good to a highly processed chip.
What do you think a Girl Scout cookie is? Lightly processed? Just because 9-year-olds are peddling this shit doesn't mean it's not terrible. I'm not saying any of this is true. What I'm saying is,
I'm just saying the main ingredients are grown in the ground. They use eggs. They use flour. They use, sugar. There's a lot of sugar in that.
would you stake your
Sugar's
life on
grown
that?
in the ground.
Yeah. Would you stake your life on the fact
that there's
most-
sugar in Girl Scout
Would you
cookies?
stake your life on the fact that most of the things in a Girl Scout cookie?
Absolutely.
Oh, I would
100%.
I wouldn't make that bet. I would
Well,
not.
they're made in a cookie that makes. They're
I'll Google it later.
Yeah. There's no way I would make that bet.
okay.
I bet there's so much shit in, especially in the
saying
cookies.
there's, of course, there's a lot of preservatives and stuff. Listen, and when COVID-19 hit, they had like in 2021, I think they had like over 15 million unsold boxes of cookies.
Okay.
So,
And
they're still shelf stable, so they're stable. So they're obviously
that makes it less obvious that there's real things in a Girl Scout cookie.
So on a side note, what you were saying, so let's just say this woman sued the Girl Scouts of America, but she didn't eat the cookies, she just studied the cookies. My question is, she probably doesn't have any legal standing to sue because she wasn't directly affected by eating the cookies. But what
Well,
she
I'm
could,
sure she'll
but what-
say she-
no, but what she could do is say like she can force the company, if it's true, to change their ingredients going forward. It's called an injunction. So basically, instead of like monetary compensation for her, it's an injunction, which means that
makes
the Girl
sense.
Scouts have to change. So stop poisoning people with arsenic and succinylcholine and all that good stuff. All right?
Girl Scout cookies
Bush-
are made by commercial bakeries.
Of course they are.
I know,
They're
I know,
not, they're
but-
not little kids.
But I mean,
Bushmaster venom.
no,
Is
but
that
I
in
mean,
there
a
too?
commercial bakery. They're using butter, they're using sugar, they're using eggs, they're using milk, they're using flour. Yeah, that's how you make a cookie.
Where's the arsenic and the aluminum?
Yeah.
come
Okay, and just real quick, just in case this is true, are they adding extra aluminum, arsenic, lead, mercury, and pesticides in there? Or
How about some Ebola?
yeah, I mean, is that in the butter? I don't know. Is that in the flour? That's all I'm saying. And then I looked it up.
Well, who is she? This woman? Is she a chemist?
I'm just saying this is all
This is
alleged.
yeah, I know, but you're giving her more kudos than the fucking commercial bakeries that are making the cookies.
No. And
You're saying what she's saying is true, and then
I'm not. But then I looked up the FDA, and I wanted to be like, okay, so the FDA said all this stuff is safe and it's all this stuff. But then I looked it up. Through the history of the FDA, they said a lot of things were safe that they later said we shouldn't eat, we shouldn't touch, we shouldn't do any of that.
Well, I mean,
stuff.
usually FDA, like, they approve, like, all the, like, prescription drugs. So, for example, there's been cases of the FDA approved a drug, and then it turned out years later that drug actually did have negative side effects. So they had either they withdraw the drug from the market, or they give it what's called a black box label, which means that you can take the drug, but it could have, dire side effects.
You can take it, and it will cure your diabetes, but your head will fall off. Yes, it will fall off.
They're not perfect,
No,
obviously.
I'm not saying the Girl Scouts are bad. Okay, I'm just saying that if any of
just
this
the cookies are.
Yeah. Girl Scouts, wonderful little children. Yeah, Scout moms or whatever that shit is, awesome. Yeah, I'm just saying that maybe if some of this stuff is true, we might want to look into some of this stuff, and just in case. Okay, because the FDA isn't always right. All right, that's all I'm saying.
For sure.
All right, Mark, last thoughts.
Oh man, I don't know.
Mark went on such a rant today. I think he just tuckered himself out.
Ted,
Yeah, thanks for talking for me.
is it? Hold on,
Mark, you can't.
Mark, hold on. Let me do this. Mark, I'd like Ted to give your last thoughts. I want Ted. Go ahead. Give Mark's last thoughts.
Mark feels. I'm sorry, Mark. Go ahead.
No, Ted. I want you to give Mark's last thoughts. I'll give him a chance. Go ahead. What are Mark's last thoughts, Ted?
Mark would say something is like, Girl Scout cookies. Tread lightly.
Okay.
Just be careful.
Excellent.
Be careful out there.
Mark.
No, I wouldn't say anything.
Mark,
like
what are
that.
Ted's last thoughts for today?
Dar, 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 dar.
All right. Seriously, though. Mark, last thoughts. Without mumbling something that Ted is obviously thinking, and he wrote down. I can see it on his little notepad. He wrote down, No. Go ahead. Last thoughts, man. Sorry.
I really don't have any last thoughts.
You have 0 last thoughts? Excellent. Ted, you were right. Ted, last thoughts.
Yeah, I got a last thought.
I knew you did.
You ever see every time they mention something like people want to make a change in something, like the government wants to make a policy change, and you always hear this line: experts warn. You ever see a line? It's always like experts warn. Like when you're going to do something, the experts always warn. If you do this, something bad's going to happen. But you know what? Experts aren't worth shit in my opinion, because every expert out there doesn't know jack shit, because if they did, they would have got stuff right in advance. So, if you ever see that line, like we're going to make this change. Experts warn, if you do this, it could have potentially dire consequences on blah, blah, blah. And all I'm just saying is my last thought is that experts, they may know a little something, but, they're not Nostradamus. They can't predict the future, so they don't know jack shit in my opinion. So, or they would have done it in advance instead of after the fact. Instead of saying,
Didn't we talk about Nostradamus not really predicting anything? You just kind of lucky guessed everything.
I think it was Quasimodo.
And most of it is.
I think it was Quasimodo.
Most of what Nostradamus said was just kind of things that like generic things like someday people will fly, and it's like
But what Ted's saying is just absolute asinine and makes no fucking sense whatsoever. I mean, who
Is
does
that your expert opinion?
Would you go to an expert? Who's an expert, Ted? Would you say somebody who went to school and got a master's in like finance and is board certified to be a certified accountant? Would you say they're an expert in the field of accounting? But
Sure.
don't listen to them.
No,
because they're an expert.
Here, I'll give you an example.
Most experts, they don't predict the future.
So the housing crisis back in 2008, no expert came forward, or at least
They made
the
a film
majority.
about it.
I think a lot of people
who saw that coming with the when the
I think a
subprime
lot
crisis.
of people thought it was a terrible idea.
Yeah.
and couldn't believe that Congress allowed.
but they didn't do anything about it. That's
Yeah,
the bottom.
that
It's still, but it still happened.
What
so
expert?
so
are you?
not,
You're just
Well,
labeling.
like housing experts. People work for
the overwhelming
They called
greed.
it a bubble.
Yeah, the
Bubbles
overwhelming
burst.
greed of what
Sure.
occurred.
Yeah.
Offset anyone saying I think this is a bad idea. People just saw how much money they could make
Correct.
and ignored.
No,
what the
I
experts
agree.
said.
So the bottom line, so it's useless information, because even if they're right, nobody listens to them. So it's only reactionary after the fact. That's what I'm saying.
To them.
Yeah.
I mean, I know a lot of people that listen to the experts.
Sure.
They said, "Don't believe that your house is worth $700,000 when you just paid fucking $350,000 for it, and the bank is willing to give you a home equity loan. You owe $300,000 on your home, and they're appraising at $700,000, so they're going to give you $200,000 home equity loan,
Yeah,
or line of credit. Don't believe it, because you're going to use that line of credit, You're going to have $550,000, and then the market's going to crash, and your home is worth $300,000, and you owe $550 on it, and
you're going to walk away.
You have to walk away, and that's what everybody did.
Yeah.
But not me. Not a lot of people I know.
I agree.
I didn't believe my house
true,
was worth.
Teddy.
I mean, so a lot of people did follow the experts. The dumb people did not. I listened to an expert that said, "Don't do that," and I said, "I would never do that in a million years."
Or sometimes, I agree with Mark partially, but sometimes experts they guess right one time. They just happen to by happenstance, for example, the .com bubble.
Well, I mean,
you're confusing experts with
randomly saying
random
that
people that I don't know.
Well,
what you're saying.
COVID experts, for example, it was long sought. I remember when they said, "Oh, COVID was built in a lab. It was man made in a lab," and they said, "No, it wasn't. It was from some pig market in China." And then it turned out it was from a lab. So it was something that
I don't
escaped from a
know.
lab.
There's no expert that
or the COVID itself. For example, we had to distance 15 feet. Now it's 6 feet, and you had to quarantine for 2 weeks. Now it's 6 days.
Because that's a process. Things develop.
Right.
Nobody knew.
Exactly. That's my point. They don't know. That's my point. They don't know. They don't know.
No, I mean, you're only an expert.
That's a pretty unique. That's a pretty unique one-off thing. I think.
Right.
I think in general, what Mark is saying is, in general, things we know about, experts have a pretty good opinion on what's happening.
It's a new disease you learn as you go.
Ted, if aliens, if we go to the bar, okay, and while we're at the bar, aliens land on the White House.
Yes.
Okay, there's gonna be lots of people saying lots of things because it's just random things.
Yeah.
Okay, but if there's somebody who's saying, I don't know, all these tariffs are only going to cost people money, and it's not going to help us. No one's going to come to America and build things.
Right.
It's not going to happen.
Sure.
All these things aren't going to work. Those are experts who know something and they can see what's happening. I think something that happens so giant like COVID or aliens landing or anything you're talking about, it's just there's experts, and if you don't pay attention, then like Mark said, then you end up underwater.
Yeah. I'm just saying not all, some experts, are just plain wrong, or they just don't know. I'm not talking about.
Don't forget that there's people who claim to be an expert in something that aren't experts.
Yeah, if somebody's plain wrong, like if you go, an expert would be somebody like a master mechanic. They're an expert in diagnosing and fixing cars.
I'm not talking about that. Yeah, I agree with that.
But that's
100%.
an expert.
Yeah,
by definition, that's an expert.
Yeah, I'm talking more of like a social
neighbor.
So you would go to an expert to get your car fixed, not to somebody else.
If your next door neighbor, if you drive home and your next door neighbor goes, hey, it looks like you need an engine rebuild. And you say, what's that based on? I heard you drive up today.
Yeah,
there's a difference. And he goes, how do you know? He's like, I'm an expert.
I'll give you an example. My car was parked in my shop, and it was leaking. We moved it, and it was leaking fucking oil. It was leaking something. It wasn't oil, so I thought it was engine coolant. And I didn't think it was engine
Turns
coolant.
out I know this one. Squirrels masturbating.
No, I thought it was transmission fluid. One of the body techs, who was an expert, said, "No, man, that's engine coolant. You're leaking engine coolant from the block." I'm like, "Fuck, are you sure?" "Yeah, believe me."
Okay.
I'm like, "All right, fine." So I took it to a mechanic because I'm like, you got to flush the system. I got a hose leaking or whatever. He tests the whole system, flushes everything. Nothing. Can't find anything. Everything's fine. It's not leaking. But I changed the hoses. I flushed it. You're all good to go. I'm like, man, that's fucked up because there's like orange fluid. Like he goes, orange? He goes, oh man, that's trans fluid. Yeah, I'm like, okay, I shouldn't have listened to this guy who said he was an expert,
right? But
he's not an expert. He just said he was an expert.
So some experts are better than others.
Well, he wasn't an expert,
right? Or like a doctor who misdiagnoses you. Like they're an expert, but they could be wrong. Like they could just say, you have heartburn, and it's really stage 4 ovarian cancer, which has no symptoms. So they're wrong. So they didn't do the test they were supposed to.
If any of us have ovarian cancer, I think I'm going to know right away that it's wrong.
But I'm saying. All
right, so can I get to my last thought, please?
Oh, you have thoughts? Okay, please.
Yeah. Can I get to my last thought? Okay. Major League Baseball put out some new hats for their teams. And they made one very special hat, which I think we can all enjoy together. It was a Texas Rangers. And on the hat, it was supposed to read Texas, Texas. And Major League Baseball decided right in the middle, they would put the logo for every single team right in the middle of their hat. So the Sox had SOX, right? But they had an S in there, so it kind of looked like SSX. No big deal. A lot of them doesn't make any sense. But the Texas Rangers one is very special because the T covers the X completely, and it has these letters in a row. And I don't know if you guys know other languages. It has the letters TETAS in big letters.
Tetas. Tetas.
which is Spanish for
Tits.
titties. Yeah. And they sold,
Tetas.
you ready? They sold
Tetas.
these for, I don't know, a couple of weeks. And it literally in Spanish, it's all you see is Tetas, and that is the Spanish word for titties. They sold hundreds of
And
these,
they're
thousands
like
of these.
in a highly
Spanish
Hispanic-
area. Highly Spanish area. So now, are you ready for this? These hats were bought up, and they stopped selling them when they figured it out, are going for $1,000
I want
bucks
one
a
of those
piece.
hats.
Yeah.
Everybody wants them. They're going for $1,000 a piece.
Sure. It's a collector's item.
And Major League Baseball said, hey, man, you know what? We didn't realize it. It just slipped past.
Oh,
my
didn't they
God,
have-
I'm looking at a picture. That is fantastic.
Didn't
Isn't
they have,
it awesome?
They didn't
I
have
could
any.
buy one right now for $44.
Really?
Yeah.
Get three of
Holy
them.
shit!
Get
They
three
were
of them.
selling for $1,000 a pop.
Get three of them.
Get
I'll
three
pay
of
for
them.
it. Yeah.
I don't want to have.
So that's my point.
The Spanish word
so
for
some
titties.
so
on
some
it.
expert who obviously thought of this idea didn't bother to verify that tetas is the Spanish word for tits.
You ready for this? You ready for this?
Nobody thought of this.
One of the ones I thought was kind of funny is the Astros one. Instead of ASTROS, all you see is ASHOS, and it looks like Ashos.
See, there you go. I'd buy that for $1.
I'll buy that for $1. Yeah. So you know what? I'll put that on the website and throw it on the website, but I'll put that out in our post. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Okay, so that is my last thought. It's been great to be back. Wow. Whew, 2 weeks is a long time to not do a show. We got so much stuff. I literally have pages. I literally have pages of shit that I wanted to talk about.
2 pages.
Teddy, hold on. I got these pages.
3 pages.
I got these pages. There's so much stuff when you don't talk for 2 weeks, but I'm going to save it. We got some really cool guests coming up. Here's what I'm working on, and then I'm going to leave it at this. We're going to have somebody from the Dracula Society on. They're big Dracula people. Really big. And I have contacted, if you're ready for this, the 2 women who created dino porn. Yes. And this is like people having sex with dinosaurs. It is hardcore. It is fucking awesome. It is ridiculous. Jack and I found it one day when we were, I don't even want to tell you what we were doing.
You're watching dino porn with your son.
But no. It's all books. It's all books. They write it. It's all written stuff.
Erotica?
Yeah, it's all erotica, like a dinosaur meets a woman, and they end up banging. So I am working as hard as I can on getting the 2 women who met in college, and this is the weirdest part, with the same fetish, I'm guessing, and created dino porn.
I've heard of something like this before.
Yeah, you have. And if everything goes right, we'll be talking to them.
And no George Foreman.
Oh, yeah. No, George Foreman was supposed to be on last week, but he died.
Okay.
Or next week, sorry. Yeah, George Foreman was booked for next week.
That sucks.
Yeah. So, unfortunately, George Foreman, he gone. So
Condolences.
We will not be talking to George Foreman. Yeah, which is kind of a bummer. But keep listening. Keep enjoying. Hit the website. Give us 5-star reviews. Give us 6 stars. Fuck it. You know what? Give us 7-star reviews. That's what I'm going for right now. And we will see everybody next week.